Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you, Passamaquoddy, for coming in. I don't know if you're watching the Trumpster. Uh, number 45 was, I think, speaking, but I don't know if it ended or not. And I know he likes to, come in when he can with everything going on. Hey, the Crusader 901. Nice to have you in here. What the Sam hell? Not sure what you're talking about. What the Sam hell? Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Good to see you. Oh, was that your son, possibly? Oh, how are you guys doing with the winter weather? We have not really had any. Let me, my stupid mail. Hold on one second. It keeps popping up like it's got something new to tell me from 2022. It's not my official. Okay, there we go. Oh, I was like, well, hello, Crusader. And I didn't know why you were cursing. But now that I look at it, I'm like, that does sound like you. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. I did that a long time ago with my other account that I had. I accidentally commented on somebody's stuff and they said like, "Who is so and so?" And I'm like, "Shh." And I don't know if I went back and got rid of it or not. I'm like, "Shh." And yeah, not that I was doing anything shady with it, but I wasn't. I was looking into doing like two accounts, when they were saying, see, these to me just do not do the kitty thing for me. They're not really kitty cat to me. They're just, they need, maybe, I don't know. They need to be off to the side a little bit more. They're just too, like, devilish kitty. Must suck not to have. Yeah, it totally sucks not to have winter weather. Totally. Thanks, Barry. Wind chill advisory for me. Oh, I'll just stay inside. Yeah, right? Welcome, welcome, Shawnee Shave. Oh, no, you gotta dump the compost? How can you do that in freezing weather, though? Oh, you mean from your kitchen. I was like, "Are you working compost?" Sorry, I may have had a little bit of pot chocolate tonight. It was quite stressful in the house, so I might have had just a teeny bit. That's all I can do anyway, or I'd be face planting right now. Hey! Hey, good to see you. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, welcome. Hey, Rob Painless, what's up? It's kitty cat ears. I got them at Five Below with my daughter. I thought I'd, just, put them on for fun for a little bit, but yeah, I might have to take these off. They look like I'm the devil, don't they? They look like devil ears instead of cute kitty cats. I'm gonna have to build these out somehow, I think. What's up? Hey, Wickershire. The Roadrunner? Nobody ever catches the Roadrunner, huh? Yeah, there's a cheaper version of like a gamer headset that I wanted a while ago. Much cheaper. Like these were, I think I looked on my receipt, they were only 550. Pardon me while I sip and, and chew on my tea. It's um Buddha's hand citrus. It's lime or organic lime. I got to put that organic in there because citrus is one of the trees that they totally soak in pesticide now. And ginger, like a knuckle, maybe a little top of my thumb of ginger in there, and local honey. Just I felt like having tea, but not real tea. Tea. Mm, that's not good. So did it slide down your driveway? Is that what you're trying to say? Trying to get it backed up? I had to go back to our school uphill in the snow in a standard, like 5 speed, and the girl couldn't drive one. And she was grinding the gears. And finally, I was like, we need to find a place to move over. Oh, really? That's so funny, Tien. Yeah, the lime tasted really good. I haven't had it. It's okay, Rob. I had hot chocolate. I can't drink. My liver it just does not do well anymore with any kind of really anything. It's awful. Although this one place makes a mean whiskey sour when I go and just for like my birthday, I'll go and get crab legs. That'll be like my thing. My husband knows I love crab legs. And last time I went there, well, the bartender did. It's always like you get a different bartender. And while I'm waiting anyway for my crab legs, I'm like, yeah, can I try your whiskey sour? And yeah, it was good. Yes, you do what? You remember? Yeah. You don't drink anymore or any less. You've been mate. You guys are too funny. I bet you guys need something for that weather that you're having, get warm from the inside. We were talking today about, the food and the situation with things that they're putting in our food. And I started to think like, what if this is smoke and mirrors? Because they want to actually take out the cattle industry pretty much. Um, so I think Consumer Reports had something that was the beef industry was saying even back in 2014, 2015, it was unfounded. I was just reading about it. I didn't know this back, early this morning. And they were just like going back and forth in this newsletter, like how to um, speak back to someone when it's basically fabricated. I'm like, yeah, I've dealt with people like that. But the industry itself, the beef industry. And that's the problem is it is industrialized and there are some things wrong with it, but I also thought they always kind of play both sides, but know what direction they are pushing us in, although we might not. So, yeah, I didn't have something to tolerate. Yeah. Well, that was me. I was going to lose it tonight as you saw. We um like because I know this is what GT was saying in his live earlier was be thankful we're not sleeping on like a cardboard mat right now, that it's something to be thankful for. And he didn't use that exact example, but it's like he was thankful he didn't have to steal. And it's like, yeah, I don't have to beg or steal, and I don't have to do that on my channel either, like some people do. But he was saying that and saying, but he's still feeling like the crunch of having to watch what he's. Hey, Maureen, let me drop the link. He has to watch what he's spending stuff his money on. Hold on, the lights are going to go out, but hopefully not mine. Just the lights on my head thing. I need more USB ports. Um, but he was saying like he's just got to watch his seed buying addiction that we all can relate to, that we have certain things that we have to watch that, you know, we just have to watch them right now because they keep crunching us on every side. And then somebody in his chat was saying, just think of the single parent or think of the elderly and how much harder it must be for them right now, too. And it's like, yeah, people have it definitely a lot harder than us. Hey, J3GS, that's who else. I was in J3GS's farm. I was watching his replay too. Most of it I got through before my live. Not got through. I was listening to it. Had to hop in the shower, had to pause it, and then come back to it. That was good too. That's why I decided, yeah, let's continue this conversation. But I took it a different direction. I don't know you if you were in the background, J3. Um, I was saying, what if they are playing us on both sides? What if they are putting out propaganda? Like, of course, the meat industry is going to have to use medications. And they use vaccines now too for, you know, diseases that are in their animals so they don't lose that investment. Um, in fact, I was just reading they get that same, like one of the tick-borne illnesses that humans get. And there's this one company, what do you know? Only one that has a vaccine for it. I would love to know if they're tied to any other. It's anaplasmosis, which is weird because it sounds a lot like that lung disease that my daughter had, the lung stuff. Oh, hey, perfect.
Hello,
Perfect.
hello, hello.
Hello. Let me turn you up. Or can you turn yourself up just a little bit?
Turn myself up a little bit.
Just a
How's that?
little. That's
How's
better.
that?
That's better.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid this goes up with these. I wish they would separate it more. But yeah, your live was really that was good too, like following like what we were talking about. But what I my question all of a sudden I thought of was like, wait a minute, what they're playing us and telling us all this really bad stuff, especially about beef, and they want us to turn away from it before they're gonna, it'll make it easier for them to just take it, if it's bad. And if we're but then we're turning against farmers too. Like even though it's an industry, it's like, well, we have to support, I guess, your local. Like we do have some like state in your state that is maybe less large as some of these industry producers. But I thought, you know what? I think they're playing both sides like they usually do with us. Hey, Marie, welcome, welcome,
Hi.
you guys. So good to have you.
Yeah. I always have it on and then I forget to turn it off, and then it's like, why am I hearing it everywhere? So, anyway, sorry I'm late to the party.
Oh, you're not late. You're fine. What do you
I'm
mean you always have it on?
not here.
Which, what?
Oh, because I'm watching your live and then I
Yeah.
go into the StreamYard and so now I've got both going, right?
Oh, I didn't even hear it do it. And
Okay, good.
mine just started counting down. So I'm glad you said that. Mine was counting down on the other side.
Yeah,
Talk about a
yeah.
delay on my computer. But yeah, I was saying J3 was talking about it too a little bit about what they're putting in our food. But his main thing he started with was, women encourage your men to get to the doctor.
Yes.
Be in their corner and make sure they're getting to the doctor, especially in our like age group. This is a time all those tests are there for a purpose because they know this is a time people do see the big C come up. They can see it come up earlier, which is very scary, but this is about the time where you got to go in for the woohoo scope, and we go for the, stick it in the refrigerator door pictures, like the booby pictures, the mammogram. It's like
You mean making
cold. They're cold plates. They're very cold. It's like
you
just
mean making pancakes again?
yeah. They make cold pancakes out of them. Might as well stick
I
them
will
in the
say,
refrigerator.
I will say when from my experience with those, um, uh, I think when you're more well endowed, it's not as bad as when you're not well
Hmm.
endowed. There's
Yeah,
more to work with, and so
yeah,
it's not as
yeah. And
pancakey.
if you're also a little taller, it helps too.
Hmm.
Because
Well, they're
if they don't,
supposed to adjust.
yeah, if
They're
they don't
supposed to
adjust
adjust
it properly and you're short, you're getting stretched in all different. Not that I know anything about that, but yeah, that
Uh-huh.
was a good encouragement. My husband, I wrote it in your comments section. My husband finally went and got VA, like his VA that he should have had years ago. He should have been using the VA after we went through a ton of money because his back, they couldn't find out exactly what was wrong with it. Um, they were like, "Oh, you have some herniated discs," but the doctors he would see outside, he even went to the Cleveland Clinic, which is supposed to be wonderful. We're like,
Right.
"Oh, it doesn't seem like it'd be that bad." Later on, we found out he's got, like, stenosis of the spine, and he's the one I told you, J3, that he was in jump school and he hit
Right.
the whole PA system, like, he landed on his back on part of the PA system they were using.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's got something, something, but they were like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm like, "He's got a, like, scar, like, nothing bad, huh?"
Nah, if he was in the infantry straight off the bat, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
So
I
in the
think my dad
infantry,
too was for a bit, and then he went into because it was different times back then, he went into the company with the trucks, the truck company, where they're in charge of all the trucks, and he drove a Jeep. But go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, I read your comment and you said your husband and stuff, and you said he was in the infantry. So I knew
Mhm,
straight off the bat. And
mhm.
plain and simple, if you were in the infantry, you need to go to the VA because everything you get, you do and more for being in
Yeah,
the infantry.
yeah,
'Cause,
yeah, and when you said that about your feet, I'm like, "Oh my duh."
yeah,
Like, walking all those miles in those, like, standard issue boots, that could mess up a fella in a female's foot pretty good.
yes.
Like, "Ooh.
I had
Hey, Huga."
after I got out, I had some big scales on the bottom of my feet, and I didn't know where they were coming from, but
Mm.
I had a big, I wouldn't say it's a blister. It was
Hey,
uh
Andrew.
it was hard and
Oh, was it maybe like one of those plantar warts? Because 'Cause they're terrible. They'll just screw right up into your foot and take, like, real estate from you until you go and get them
right.
taken care of. Hey, Southern
Actually,
Belle.
I sat down one day with my knife and I was just scraping it and it came off. It was about a good 2, 3 inches and about an eighth of an inch thick.
Yeah, that
And
sounds like one. Ow.
hey, my wife, she got tired of me complaining to her, and I didn't want to go to the one thing about Hinesville, you go to the VA, they would
Mhm.
always send you to South Carolina to be
Oh my
seen.
god.
And if your appointment's at 8 o'clock and you made your appointment, but you can't leave until 4:30 when everybody's finished.
Oh.
They they took you on a bus, you go all the way there, and no matter what time your appointment is, you got to stay until everybody's completed.
Oh, heck no.
So
Wow. They put you right back in the service,
yeah,
pretty much.
I stopped going to the VA. I stopped everything until it was after the prison. After the military, I started working at the prison, and that wasn't no better. And that's
Yeah,
when I
but
started doing all the complaining and stuff. And
mhm.
this other fella, he was a veteran, and he was talking to my wife and everything. And my wife, at times, she will run her mouth sometime necessary and unnecessary. And
I don't know anyone like that.
this is
she's a
Not
one of
true
me.
woman.
and this is one of the times I'm glad she did.
Yeah.
The fella, he could drive and everything, but he asked me to drive him to the VA. First, I what? Why you need me to drive it? But I went ahead and drove him anyway. And as we walked in the building, he said, "You go here. I'm going to my appointment." And I've been going to the VA ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. It was our pastor served in, Vietnam, and he encouraged Theron to try again because the first time, for some reason, he got rejected,
Right. That's what I was.
and
That's
then
what
he's
I'm
like,
about to tell you.
mhm.
You may get rejected at least 3 times. That fourth time, you're going to get it
Yeah.
because the thing to it is, you have to keep you have to keep putting it in because the people that are looking and evaluating you, they have a majority of them have never been in the military. They don't know anything about it.
Mhm.
So you get
Mhm.
denied. You get denied, and
Yep.
you have to start finding a whole bunch of documents, this, that, and other,
Yeah.
proving that you have a problem.
Yep.
Uh, One thing about it is they'll start giving you a whole bunch of, well, this didn't happen, that happened, and do you have documentations for this? And they
Yeah.
send everything to you in codes.
Yeah. Yep.
So how you as being a regular individual, how you know medical terms and codes and stuff. So
Mhm.
me
Yep.
myself, I was going to college and one of my classes, uh medical terms or something,
Mhm.
and I had the book in my laundry room, and it was sitting there for a good while, and I went and got the book, and ah it told me what the military term was and everything, so I started doing everything in military term
Oh,
after that.
wonderful.
Right. That when I got out the military, they didn't tell me I was supposed to go get a medical exam before I get out. They didn't tell me nothing. I just went
Oh,
out,
that's rotten. Yeah.
and then
Sounds very governmental.
yeah, I did.
Government run. It sounds very government run.
The first time I did it, they gave me 50%, and then all of a sudden I noticed that it dropped, and I inquired, why did my percentage drop? They said,
Yeah.
you're getting better. I said, huh? I said, how am I getting better if y'all still giving me all this stuff for my feet and y'all trying to give me all these pills? How am I getting better?
Yeah. What
So
the
I had to get back in there and do documentations and everything. And I went through the whole 9 yard. Uh, they gave me the 90. If you get 90, you're automatically 100. So
mm.
that's one of the, I tell everybody, if you was in the military, you got to keep pushing for it. My
Yeah.
brother was in the Air Force. He went to the VA one time, and because he had to wait, he refused to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. TN said he appreciated your service, but he's another GI. So it's like from
Right,
one who served to another who served.
right.
Yeah, it has become a popular thing to
Thank you.
say. Yeah. I
Thank
know
you for your service, bro.
Bob has a hard time with that too because when he came home, they didn't get welcomed, you know.
Right. Well, that's why one of the when I was finished with college, which was way after I got out the military and way after I was I was 50 something years old when I graduated college.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
And for number one, because I was in the military and school was nowhere in my view because of what I was doing. And when I
Mhm.
got out, I was more concerned about taking care of my family. And then when my disability got even worse, that's when they start telling me, well, you can go to school and you could do this and that. I said, well, let me go to school.
Mhm.
So I went to school and I started to do a program where it was to help veterans because I saw a lot of veterans that were going downhill and not getting help. So my idea was getting some property and some homes, and it'd be more like a training for them once they get out, whatever. You can help the veterans and be helped because it's kind of hard getting back to the civilian
Mhm.
aspect of life. And
Yes, they need a
you,
transition. Yeah.
it was like you stay there a whole year, and you work on a farm, you get to know people and try to get back to the civilian world. And
Oh, wonderful.
that's when my problem started acting up even worse. Right after I
Oh,
graduated, my problem got even worse, and I had foot surgery and all that
oh
stuff.
wow.
And I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
that was my desire.
Mm.
That was my desire. But once I had the foot surgery and everything, I said, I can't help nobody. I'm just not.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
I totally understand that. I do like that, like with if I had TN skills and of course if we had extra money, I was combining like watching you and GT today, after like my son was like settling down finally. uh, but I was combining the subjects and I wish I had TN skills because he does like a lot of wood crafts and just carpenter. He's not only an electrician, he's a carpenter. I think I would make elevated beds because that's something like in the nursing homes I'd like to see more of, that they have elevated beds that they can roll up underneath and plant flowers if they want to. I loved that. We walked small ponies that this woman, she would take them to the nursing home. And she said one of the best moments of taking her small ponies to the nursing home was having horse people who could no longer be around barns reach over and just go and like smell the mane and pet the horse and be like, I thought I'd never touch another horse the rest of my life, you know, like, thank you so much. Because even though it's a little mini horse, it meant so much. And that's the same thing I think for gardeners that can no longer really bend down or do that physical labor. Like, I appreciate my elevated bed. Sadly, it's falling apart, but I did get a metal one for like 20 bucks. Somebody had one of those metal ones with the little shelf underneath that's usually around 80 or 100. 20 bucks. So
Mm.
my lovely husband went and got it for me. But yeah, what GT was saying, like, I was so stressed out tonight. I was telling my friends, we have basically gone through since last year, gone through $10,000. And thank God we had it. Thank God we had it. It was just like one thing after another, and then this last one took like 4,000 in one shot between the refrigerator going and then finding out that we had to have uh, a brand new panel put in. Those two things combined with about $4,000 within 2 months. It just, yeah. So my husband is, you know, we have a little bit left in savings, and really that savings was we took a loan to get our roof done out of our equity. Not much, thankfully. Um, Roof done, and we said, okay, well, we'll finally do the kitchen, because the whole idea was we got this as a foreclosure. We would do a job at a time and get the house, and then COVID hit, and we had my mother, and you go through money,
I
like,
know what it is.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, no kitchen unless I build it myself, like TN. Yep. So yeah, when he was saying, you know, things are tight, and he goes, but you know, I'm not having to steal, you know,
Right.
to get what I need. I'm not, you know, having to do that. I'm not sleeping on the streets. I'm not like, to look at that side. And I was like, I really, really need it. Like, God just knows sometimes exactly what we need to hear, because I was stressing because my husband's like, I'm going to have to get another job. I'm like, you do 12-hour days. That's not including your wake up time, and you go to bed at 8:30. So how is that going to work exactly?
Right.
Like, where?
When are you going to fit that in?
Yeah, where exactly? And weekends, you usually have that jammed up with stuff too. So I don't. Yeah, I would like to be the one to go out and do that, but my body isn't reliable to hold a job right now. So, but we're not on the
No,
street.
and you also have your son,
Yes.
and you know you'd have to put him into some sort of care, which is now another cost.
Yeah.
So then you're going to work to have someone look after your son.
Exactly. Well, we went through that with Hannah, and God answered prayer. That was just unbelievable. I don't know if you were on here, J3, or were in the room the time that I ever told that, uh, where I did our budget. And I was like, well, we would need to pay off our van if I was going to homeschool Hannah. And she was having trouble in the preschool, and I was there. Like, I I was, I was the art teacher for that little private school, and she was having trouble in that situation. And I'm like, if they're going to send her home with homework in third and, you know, 3-year-olds and fours, what's going to happen the rest of the time? I'm like, might as well homeschool, you know. I didn't know that that wasn't my idea. Anyway, that night I was like, okay, well, we would need exactly this much. I think it was like $1,600. No joke. The next day, we got a check for $1,600 in the mail,
Wow.
to the T. And it was because our HMO, my HMO, cheapest thing I've ever been on that paid for her birth, uh, they just decided they were going to go in and I guess check their books, and I somehow overpaid, paying like $99 a month back then.
Hey.
I was like, this is so God. And my husband didn't know, like, it was just me and God up that night. And he was already spending it. He's like, oh, that's awesome. We can do that. I'm like, no, wait a minute. Let me show you what I just did for the budget. And for next year, this is what we talked about. I think this was God paving the way to do it. And yeah. He did.
Uh,
Did the same thing so she could do therapeutic riding too.
well,
Just
I put it this way. I don't care what you trust in, but you better trust in God.
mm,
Mhm.
yep,
Uh, I
yep.
I heard what
Absolutely.
you say, and mine is pretty similar too. Uh, After all the fighting I was doing and everything, and they decided to pay me back pay
Hmm.
when I got my stuff. So
Wow.
we got the roof fixed. We got
Great.
it was leaking, so we got a metal roof, and then I got the floors done in here, and then this house was built in '74.
Okay.
But when
That's
we
what
were
I
looking,
grew up in. Yeah. Yep.
when we were looking at my wife, oh, I love it. This room, that room. Now I wish we didn't have so many rooms, but
Mhm.
but
Right. More rooms to
right,
air condition and heat up. Yep.
right. Stuff started happening, and they put the money in my account, and next thing you know, my mother, she started going down. I didn't know she was bad as she was because I
Mm.
was just there in
Thank you.
I was there in I think I was there in March, and in September she actually went down. And I'm I'm only child. My mother, she adopted two other girls, but they left, and it was just me. And
Mm. Mm-hmm.
so the cut
Yeah.
it short is that money started going to my mother, and my mother lives in New York. So
Right.
I had to start taking care of stuff up there. And I'm surprised my wife ain't start fussing at me, telling me, you spending it, you spending it. But she didn't say anything because when I first married her, it seemed like my wife was estranged. Then all of a sudden, it was more like she's the daughter and I'm the son in law
Hmm.
because my mother took to her real. We
Aw.
we had
Yeah.
we had a conversation because it seemed like they were already bumping heads, and I said, "Hold up, ma, this is my wife," and we just had a talk and everything. And I said, another thing, if y'all don't get along, you'll never see your grandson. From that point on, it was a whole new world.
Hmm.
People in New York knew my son, and they never saw him.
Hmm.
And her and my wife and her, it was more like I was the son-in-law, and my daughter
Right.
was the actual daughter.
Yeah.
Mm.
And who you talking to? Talking to mom?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to mom? Oh man. I get on the phone, and when she started going down, I got tired of talking to her on the phone, so I bought her an iPad. I said,
Oh.
now when you talk, we can see each other and stuff like that, and I can see how you doing.
Yeah.
Uh, when she went down, I was talking to her, and she said, "I'm trying to get out this chair. I gotta go to the bathroom." I said, "Huh? Yeah, I'm trying to get out this chair." So I thought, you know how people just be lazy and don't want to move and stuff. So I
Yeah.
said, all right, just go to the bathroom and all that. And I got a call again, and she said I couldn't do something. And one of the girls that she adopted, she never went around anything. I called her. I said, you better get over there right now and bring back too many emotions.
I know it's
But
hard.
anyway, I told her she better get over there right now. And she didn't want to do it, but she listened to me. She went there. They took her to the hospital.
Thank God. Was it
Down.
a stroke? Is that what was happening? You think?
Yes, she was having a
Yeah,
stroke,
my mom's had them.
and
Mm-hmm.
this was like the 20 something stroke she had. She
Oh.
was with her sister, and they went to the mall. And my mom got out the car, and she was walking around the back of the car, and she fell. And her sister didn't pay any of mine. And this guy that was in the car behind, he got out his car, ran over there to help her get up. And my mother, she just, oh, I tripped over the sidewalk. I tripped over the sidewalk, and
Mhm.
all that, and they
Mm-hmm.
let it go and find out
Mm-hmm.
she had a stroke.
Yep.
And
Sounds like my mom.
yeah,
Yep.
and went up to New York and everything. Got a big house up there and everything. It was my grandparents' house. She bought it and all that stuff. And The only thing she said, whatever he said, that's what we doing. She keep telling me, I want to go back home. I want to go back home. She was talking about
Mhm.
in Georgia.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
I said, no problem. I brought her down here, and well, actually, I had my wife bring her back down. I had to stay in
Mhm.
New York. I stayed in New York for about a month or something, trying to get all that situated up there.
Yeah.
And when I came back here, she stayed with us probably 3 weeks to a month, and all the grandkids be here, and they was just making noise. I start yelling, "Y'all better stop that noise!" Your grandmother, and she could barely talk, but when I start fussing at the kids, she could her voice raise up. You leave them kids alone. Leave them kids alone. I said they're making too much noise. She said, "No, leave them kids alone. I
Well,
like hearing them."
yes, they do. That
I
was my
said, "Have
mom
that."
too. I know, that was my mom with my son. I'd be like, "Shh,
I
gotta
said,
quiet down. No,
I said, "Have at it."
no, no."
But it took a lot out of my finances. But
Yeah.
when the wife came to the realization it had to be done, so we didn't. It wasn't a problem, and like I
Yeah,
say, God provided, so therefore we never went lacking.
that's right.
Amen.
Never went lacking, and
That's
Amen.
right.
Yep.
then in 2019, my father, who wasn't a father, he ended up come living with me,
Yeah.
and that's when my wife was cooking 9 times a day
Wow.
because
Wow. That's a lot.
I was a semi-vegan and would only eat in certain things. And
Mhm.
my wife, she would cook for her and my grandson. They eat regular food.
Mhm.
Then he came along and he come in with, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I don't eat. I said, man, you can't do for yourself. You got to eat whatever you.
That's right.
But my wife, she what you want, what you want. She gave him what he want,
Wow.
and I got tired of it. She was doing it to help me, but I see it was taking a toll on her.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's when I said, no, we're not doing 9 meals or anything anymore. Whatever you cook, that's what I eat. And we're gonna slow down on giving him all this certain stuff.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
you you're doing more than you should have to do.
Mhm.
It's not your
Yeah.
father. But
Yep.
Yeah.
she said she want to make it easy on me because I'm
Aw.
the one that constantly going in and out. And
Mhm.
whew,
Wow. It's hard. Yeah, she knew it's harder because it was your parents too. The emotional toll
no,
too.
that was just my father. That wasn't my parent. That was just
Oh, it wasn't, but oh, okay. Just your dad.
yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
it's still
She's a
something,
good
something.
woman.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. Yeah,
And
if I didn't have Darren's support during that time, I don't know who mom would have talked to nicely. It was the same thing. Like he became the son and I became like the estranged daughter-in-law sometimes. Like, I don't see you. Where's Darren? I need to talk to him about something. Like,
yeah,
okay, mom. All right, sure. Okay.
that-
I'll
that-
just continue to go make you. Let's like 4-course meal.
that's it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I put on weight when she came in to the house because I was making her big meals that she requested. Like if I'm trying to just give her meat and a vegetable, where's the rest of the food?
now now
Unless it was a salad, like a big salad.
we
Yeah.
don't eat pork that often, but the skinny what is sirloin, the
You know.
pork chop without the bones and all that, we'll
Mhm.
eat that every now and then.
Yeah.
Or well, we do eat chitlins Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's about it. But we weren't heavy pork eaters, and we really cut down on the beef. It was basically chicken, fish. And when my father came here, I just I cooked up some pork chops and stuff,
Mhm.
but I chopped it up, and he's eating it, enjoying it, and everything. And all of a sudden, oh, I don't eat pork. I said, you don't? I said, you just now got finished eating pork and asking for some more. I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. And all of a sudden, he don't eat beef. Man,
Wow.
I ended up getting I had a freezer full of turkey bacon, uh, some other kind of bacon. Oh, man. But like I said, thanks to God, we made it through.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it was very encouraging to watch that when GT said that. But he's just like Mr. Positive guy. Like he can put a positive spin, I think, on just about anything. And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it's just the point of not living above your means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I,
And also slapping your own hand. He knows he has a problem with seeds. We've discussed that before.
We try to get them to
I
stop.
got a problem with it too, but I try to use common sense with it
Yeah.
because I stopped buying a whole bunch of stuff. I just buy what I like and what I
Hmm.
know that the family would eat
Yeah. I
because
found him and I were both talking about mangosteens. It was so weird. We were both on that same vibe that same day of a rare fruit. I was like, that's so weird. I'm like, I've been looking for them. I said, and they're very expensive. I said, the Asian markets locally won't even bring them in. So what did I look for online for like a day? And then I decided, you know what? Probably should not be purchasing a box of those or the tree just right now. With all the other trees in the backyard I need to get out and take care of, and I haven't been. So, what I did do though to satisfy myself was, you know what, you probably should kind of taste the mangosteen. So, I found the juice with like the least amount of anything in it, just straight mangosteen juice, and ordered that. Supposedly, it's a health food that, you take like a supplement.
mangoes
Yeah,
tea.
mangosteen. I didn't think it really had that much in it, but
Never heard of it before.
oh, they're really
When
weird.
you first said it, I thought you was talking about mango. That's why I had a smile on
Oh,
your face.
mango. I can do damage with mango. But no, mangosteen, they're the ones you'll see them online, people trying them for like there's a purple, it's a dark purple outside. It looks like a persimmon almost. But then
Okay.
they cut around it and pop it open. That's just like the husk. The inside is like white and it's almost like a star, like a puffy star shape or a flower, maybe more like a flower.
Okay.
And one section, and it's all white. One section contains like the seed, and then the rest is kind of like
Hmm.
the fruit. And it's supposed to be like a mixture of tropical fruit flavors. So we'll see.
Well,
We'll see what the juice
well,
is
the only tropical I got is these jackfruit sitting right here.
like. What? Where'd you get jackfruit from? Where'd you get jackfruit?
A
I'm
jackfruit. I've got 9. Uh, I got 16 of them sitting right there, plants.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the fruit. So then did you get the fruit and take the seeds from it and
Hmm.
cool. That's what I did with my tree.
I
Mine's
had over 50 something seed 50 something seeds, and hey, I said, let me see what they do. Now they're just sitting here waiting for it to warm up outside and I can take them outside. Because right now they're just sitting over here looking pitiful.
awesome. That's gonna yeah, they're quick to fruit, but they're humongous. They're
And,
huge.
now,
So I
and the thing to this, they stink, but they're good.
yeah, they have a little bit of an odor. What's worse is the other one that looks it's like a cousin to the jackfruit. The what's it's not the DeLorean, that's the car. It's got a weird it's got a weird name too, of course. Can't just be Tom fruit since there's
And,
jackfruit. It's got to be
and
somebody help
now
me in the side chat. You
and now
cannot bring you can't bring them on buses
oh,
in
now
certain
that I'm
countries.
Mm.
zone now that I'm zone 9 now,
Mhm.
so hopefully I can do something with them.
Oh yeah. And they do have all different types of jackfruit, just like other like oranges have different varieties. Same
Right.
thing with jackfruit. Down here
That
they
one
say
is
I
huge.
know. That's how big they are though.
Yeah, this
What you're
fellow
seeing that looks like grapes, they're all about 10 pounds. That's high, probably higher up in the tree.
right. This fellow's bigger than my head, and I
Yep.
was I didn't. You learn as you
Delicious.
go.
They're
Uh,
delicious.
oil your fingers before you start digging your hand up in there. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know you could actually husk them
And
from the
why,
outside.
why do you do
Durian, there it is. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius. Durian is the other one that
Durian.
looks
Okay.
that stinks. That one's really bad. Like they keep it out of public spaces, but you'll find it in certain Asian countries.
But the
Being
thing
So what
it
does it,
stinks. It stinks, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I haven't had the durian. I want to try it.
what does it stink like?
Jackfruit is like juicy fruit gum. The one that I had, it has like a juicy fruit gum is all how I can explain it. But I don't know what all of them are like if they vary.
I
Like
Hmm.
I don't know
did,
about juicy fruit gum, but it has a raunchy smell.
it might have
When
been
you,
overripe.
but when you put it in your mouth and start chewing it,
Yeah,
oh man. I
it's
did
delicious.
I did the
But
video.
when you
I did the
Um,
video and my grandson walked in and
let me
he
see.
don't like testing everything, but I taste a little piece of this. No, Papa, I said taste it. And then he just wanted to be funny. Oh, it tastes like butt. So I was laughing at the comments, and one of the girls she said, "Now, how he know what butt tastes like?"
There you go. Yep. It's some people think it's like banana, apple, and mango mixed together, but I mean it was the one that I had was so
I can go with
flavorful.
that. I can go with that. Banana, mango, apple
Mhm.
mix. I can go with that now.
Oh, it does. It tastes like a sweet onion, Mike says.
Yes, it has the onion smell
Oh,
too.
well, then you've got durian. You don't have jackfruit.
Well,
You've got durian. That's gonna be even more expensive probably to resell if you resell those. If you have an Asian market there in that area,
well,
you should definitely see if you can grow those fruits and you will get some good money.
I'm hoping that they grow and do well because by the Soil Family Expo, I'm going out there and try to sell them for $25 each.
There you go.
wow.
But I
There you
will put at least two of them in my backyard inside the fruit forest.
bud fruit. You can
Exactly.
label it bud fruit. Let them figure it out.
Yeah.
Dirty
But
foot butt fruit.
but
That's
yeah,
yep. There you
that
go.
that onion smell is one of the things that got me. Now, why it smell like I love onions, but it smell like after you eat it, you smell onions and stuff with it.
Wow. Okay, so durian is like a it's not like that's so weird.
It is sweet and it's good and everything, but you got that onion smell when you after you eat it. You even have
Huh.
the onion taste in your mouth slightly.
Even though it's sweet when
Yes,
you eat it?
yes.
That is so strange. They do say that there's certain jackfruits that are crunchy. I don't know. Like I've had, I think the one that I got, and I just got it at Whole Foods. I've only paid for a cut of it because the whole fruit itself, I maybe have gotten one before. I'm not sure, but they're like 20-pound fruits by the pound if they want to. Yeah,
Wow.
you can
Mhm.
end up paying for a $50 piece of fruit with some of them. They're so heavy.
That fellow was about as big as a watermelon I had in here.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did a video.
Okay, that's even better.
I did a video of it.
Anybody can let me see if I can grab that video. When did you do it? Do you know how far
Uh,
back?
it had to be November, December.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
cool. Let me see if I
Well,
can find
well,
it.
you probably can just search for it on his page too,
Yeah, I'm going to his page now
and just
on my
look up
other.
jackfruit.
Uh, oh, I didn't think about that. Duh. That we can actually search people's. I'm always on my phone, so I don't use the search.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking up, trying to find. I have a. I don't know if it's a tea service, a hot chocolate set, or a coffee set. Way old porcelain that I was trying to look up because it doesn't have maker's mark on it. It's so old.
Ah, ah.
Yeah. So I wanted to see if it was worth anything because that's one of be one of the first things. Why is it? No, it brought you up. What the heck? Why is that open? I don't know what YouTube is doing. It's like signing me out all the time, doing all kinds of weird stuff. It just flipped me from that channel. Like I had that extra channel. It just flipped me. I watched it. I was South Florida Sunshine, and then it flipped me to that other channel.
Hmm.
That is not a. It's not a channel. It was going to be my backup channel, and yeah, that was really weird. What just happened?
Hmm.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Now I can look you up because it was I was looking you up under South Florida Sunshine, and it flipped. I don't know what flipping out. Quit flipping out. J3 GS. Maureen, what have you been up to lately, other than freezing?
Oh, it's not that bad, and now we are into
Good.
the rains and stuff like that. No, I was I do sourdough Saturdays, and so I have 6 orders for this week. So I was
Awesome.
making the dough today, and we're also going to make, or tonight we started making another ham cold cuts. So we just mix the flavors together, and we'll leave it overnight, and then we'll process it tomorrow morning. And yeah. So other than that,
Awesome.
yeah, just keeping my the chickens alive out there, and trying to keep them to have some space, because they wanted nothing to do with the snow. Nothing. They actually turned around and walked back up the plank, even though there was no snow in the bottom. But
I think they learned that from their mama, their human mama.
yeah,
Did they do your little humph?
Man,
pretty much.
I wish this was in alphabetical order.
Yeah, I just tried to look it up. The one that I found, did you have the fruit itself on the seeds?
Yes.
Okay, then let me go back to that. And then I'll pick that link up. Boop. Sorry guys, I'm not technically savvy.
Oh, you get by.
That's right. I just get by with a little help from my friends. Not do you think they'll
Mm-hmm.
hit me for that, for saying that?
What did
Well,
the name of the
I don't
jab?
know. Earlier
There we go.
you were saying, I think, the V word, um, instead of just jab, and I
Oh,
think they can get after you about that one.
yeah. But I was talking about the cows getting it for a tick-borne illness that people get. But you're
Right.
right. The AI can get you just for saying the word, thinking you're saying it for a different
Yeah.
reason.
I was thinking about it today, because I know that other people, like in other lives, they'll say, they took the pew pews, right? And I thought, can't they just start also adding those words into the AI? You know,
I-
Eh,
I'm sure they. I'm sure they did.
because then you'd get dinged for saying pew pew, or to say jab, or
Oh
any
yeah,
of
they got to our secondary. We were trying to come up with different words during that time. I remember that to
them.
throw
I'm
off
wondering, yeah,
if they
well,
did that.
I certainly hope that they won't, add the term twinkle socks.
True. We also call them sparkle socks.
Oh, right, sorry, sparkle socks.
Mhm.
Sparkle socks.
Twinkle socks is about the same thing because that's, definitely what we think too.
Hmm.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah, what do you guys call yours when you don't want to
We
use the
don't.
name?
The which who? Is there somebody in that house? I don't know. I thought it was just basically
Oh,
bank
okay.
now.
It's called Jigs, or is it Jigs? We had a
What?
controversy about my name. So is it J3GS or is it Jigs?
I'll be darned. Yeah, now it looks like Jinx because I'm dyslexic. I don't know. I've always called you J3.
That's what it actually is, J3.
Okay.
But a lot of people turn that 3. They thought I was doing I forgot what it is, but they thought I was doing where
Like an
you turn the
anagram.
numbers back. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's actually J3GS, Johnson's 3 grandsons.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that. And is that your grandbaby girl too in your shorts?
Yes.
Because I just want to
I,
squeeze
I I just had I had three boys, and I thought my son was gonna stop there, but he went and
Aw.
produced two more after that.
her. Aw, it was
Uh,
worth it to get her. She is something else. Oh, she's so cute.
that is. I
That
need
was
to
sweet,
change.
Billy.
I might need to change that and put jackfruit on there.
I mean, the durian. I don't know. I didn't see. Let me see it again. I didn't see the fruit itself. I just saw the seeds,
It's
but
under
I
the
copied
live.
it.
It's under live. A live video.
The live video. Oh, it's in the live where you have it?
Right.
Okay.
Uh,
If you have the link, drop it because I just dropped the short on the seeds sprouting. They
no,
do look
I'm on
like
something
jackfruit seeds. So very confusing because I've never had a jackfruit that tastes like an onion. They always just taste sweet and tropical and they smell like juicy fruit when you open them up. If they're overripe, they get nasty sweet and you don't want to eat them.
else.
But they don't have like an onion like the one that I had. But again, like there's all different varieties of jackfruit.
I cleaned it and put. I put about. I had about 20 something pieces. I put in a Ziploc bag and put it in the refrigerator, and there was no juice. I didn't put anything in there but just the fruit. But it
Mhm.
started sweating and all that stuff, and it had a bunch of juice. I said, "Sure, I think I'm gonna make some wine with this." But
Yeah, maybe. That would be interesting. Oh my. Yeah, that could be something actually. Little jackfruit, why not? Little jackfruit mango wine.
it was it.
Be
Uh,
like, go ahead.
no, I was stopping it. It showed it's a jackfruit. That at least I believe it's a jackfruit.
Well, hold on. Let's look up because they're cousins. They look similar,
Mm.
very similar.
And plus, when I bought it, they said jackfruit. But hey, we in Georgia.
Yeah.
I
Let me
bought
see.
it from the was it Publix? I think it was
Well,
Publix.
Publix should know their stuff.
Right.
So, but you've got so many seeds that is like a jackfruit. I'm just trying. I wonder if it was like a hybrid and somehow got too close to the durians where it came
Mm.
from. And maybe it's some sort of hybrid that it came off of.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. All right, let me pull this up. I'm trying to copy and paste. Like I'm doing the Microsoft thing instead of the present. I'm like gonna copy and paste it in here somehow. Slides. No, not slides. That's the wrong one. Sorry guys, I'm working on sharing my screen. And of course I almost just removed. That's not what I said to do. Present. What the heck?
I still
That's
got to
not
learn how to work this thing.
I had it just I was helping
You
Maureen
like
and even
it.
on we were helping each other and now it's being weird. I don't know.
I've been on Canva trying to do some clip arts and all this stuff, and it just didn't work out right for me.
Yeah. I want to go back to Canva and mess around with it, but
I
when
don't I don't like the camera. It's complicated for me. I've used it for one thing, but I had to have like my two screens. Oh,
oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna
I,
blow the picture up if I can. There we go. Okay. Did it look like that?
Nope, nope, nope.
Okay, so that's a
Mhm.
durian. Durian
Mhm.
is much more spiky on the outside.
No,
Okay.
mine is smaller.
Okay.
The spikes are smaller,
okay.
but it almost looked like that. It was way bigger than those though.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay. So maybe I don't know, maybe some kind of hybrid action. You got like a fruit with making trees that might have been one of those fluke things.
No, it's been called a jackfruit for the longest.
Yeah, no, that I mean like you got a jackfruit, but it might be a cross that nobody else really has
mm.
other than of course the Publix.
I don't know.
I'm a genius.
I keep saying I want to get one. I'm going to Florida. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
Mm.
The last time I've been to Florida, I took my daughter for she had reserve in Jacksonville. I took her there. I ain't been
Mm.
back to Florida for years. But
Mm.
I said I'm going to Florida just to get a jackfruit.
Yep.
And me and my wife went to Publix and they had it sitting there. I said, I got it.
Yay. It was meant to be.
Right.
Awesome.
Meant
Now
to
back
be.
to the Canva. When I use Canva, I have to have like two screens, one where I'm working and the other one explaining the step by step of what I need to do. I just found it like it has lots of features, but it's not it's somewhat intuitive, but not for me. So I just use it for like if I need to do something unusual or whatever. I use one, and also I think the fee was higher than what I wanted to spend.
Mm.
So I just have the free one. But I'm using Snappa, S N
Okay.
A SNAPPA, and it does let you. It will take off the background of your photo. I
Mm-hmm.
think I pay 10 something a month. Well, I buy the year package, but I like that one. It doesn't let you do any animations,
Yeah.
but you just
Okay.
go like, okay, my pay grade is so low for animations. They don't, I'm
Did
not at
they
that.
make an app for it on the phone? Because they had it before where it was just on the laptop, the
The
Snappa.
Snappa?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it. I think I might be able to do it on my phone.
Why we
I
just
use PixArt right now for
PixArt?
doing for like doing any of those little
Mm,
collagey things with,
mhm.
the thumbnails.
why they just can't go back to print master and stuff like that?
I went to school for Quark. You remember that was like ages ago.
Hey,
I'm
I
so
got
glad I didn't take a second class in it because that's
You're
just
so good.
I,
vanished.
I still have three of my computers. They ain't been plugged up in years. But I don't know, I might plug it up.
So yeah, they do Snap on your phone.
Oh, good. Okay, now they have the app. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's not an app. It's just I like
A
get started for
website.
free. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they didn't do it to an
yeah,
app. They did it so you can do it. Okay.
right on online there with them and that. So yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm liking the Snap. I wish you could do a little bit of animation for that one. I think yeah, no, memory does not work to tell you, and it's on my other computer where I just go uh, that'll let me do possibly like a bit of clip art that will keep moving, and that
Mhm.
one too was
Something
free or whatever. But
understand avocados. Huh?
It
Oh
took you a
yeah.
little bit to understand avocados?
There are
Just
different
give them a little
avocados.
little squeezy squeeze.
Yeah, there are different avocados.
Yeah, ours are different. We have that's true. We have Mexican avocados, and then they'll put our Florida avocados
I
places,
just
and
heard it's supposed to be boob soft when you're buying them. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for.
there
That's
there you
when you're
go.
ready to eat it. That's when you're
Yeah,
ready to
that's
eat
when it's
it.
perfect.
Yeah,
If it's boobs, you can eat it. It's
you can eat it.
but
Then
anyway.
it's perfect.
Interesting. I never heard it described like that, but now
Yeah,
everybody will remember when they go.
exactly. Then is it ready? Because it is that thing where you're like, is it ready? No. And
So
you open it up, it's like it's so not. And then if you wait 2 more days, then it's totally gone.
so
Mhm.
would I get smacked in the head if me and the wife is in the store and the mangoes are there and I just reach up, let me see how, and then touch the
And compare. Oh yeah, you will. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like something my
you
husband would do
will get
though.
a snack. Yes, you will. So
no.
Oh my
I heard it takes
gosh.
forever to get fruit from your avocado.
Mm.
I've had three trees and I haven't got a avocado yet.
Okay,
Wow.
how long?
I don't. They're gone now because I never did get anything from them.
Yep.
Okay, you gave up.
Yeah,
Did
but
it
every
keep
now
getting?
and then I would get one, but I just haven't got anything from them.
We used to have a seed that my dad brought out from California when we moved here for a Haas avocado. He grew it up to a tall tree. We never got one off of it. The squirrels got to him and would bite in every single fruit and would throw them down on the ground.
Oh,
That's what the squirrels did to my Asian pear.
Oh, Not Asian pears. Those are
They told my
delicious.
last year I had an Asian pear where I only had 3 pears on it. I said, I'm gonna leave it. I wanted to get a little bigger.
Yeah.
Wanted to get a little bigger. But the squirrels will also had their eyes on it too. When it was just right, they took all 3 of them.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, by 3 to
Ooh.
4 years, they should bear fruit, but if you start with a seed, you may wait 13 years or more for an avocado.
Okay.
No, these ones, see, I went and bought these at the orange store, but
Okay.
it never did anything for me.
Hmm. So it should have, within a 3 to 4 year time span, you should have gotten something for your
Mhm.
trouble.
What I
Did
should do is just go to Florida and buy one that is half grown, then bring it back.
Mhm. Yes, you
There you go.
should.
There
You
you
should.
go. Do
Well, you
uh,
you can arrange it maybe with Black's Tropical because they come down here and get into the
Yeah,
nurseries around me
they come
before I
on.
do. You heard that story, right? I was watching their channel. I'm like, "They
Yeah.
beat me to that nursery I've been wanting to go to for a year."
Well, I told my wife the same thing. When I go to Florida again, I'm taking my trailer.
mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. That's the problem with looking into, like, because after that talk with my husband tonight, and we're really our insurance is not going up to what it was, which was gonna be almost it was, like, over $5,000, like,
Wow.
5,000 and a half. At least, the discounts are there and it won't go that high. We got like maybe 4,000, but it's still more than it's like 4,600. It's still more than what we were paying before. So yeah, that was why I needed that, GT to say that
Mm.
tonight, like about
Mhm.
it's not that bad. You're not out on a cardboard mat. You're not
Right.
stealing for your food. You're not. It's like, amen. I'm not. Thank you, God. Thank you for your mercy. But with that said, I said to Theron, I said, it's always going to continue to go up. Even if we paid off this house, we're still going to have those payments going up.
Mhm.
We've got to, how are we going to live in this state? But then I started looking at the homeschool laws for the different states. I don't see any. I have to now go and call a couple states, including like Georgia. They are testing like the kids, just even homeschoolers. Oh no, you've got to have these standardized tests. Well, I didn't see anything as an out for the severely disabled,
Mm.
like who can't even write. Like, how are they supposed to listen to these questions and actually answer them? Like, even if it's read to them. My I was like stunned to see that in so many because we don't have to test if we don't want to down here.
Right.
We basically we do report to the state initially that we're going to homeschool once. The other states also had it every single year. You got to send a letter to them that you are homeschooling for that year. Okay, that's different, but I could do that. And Florida allows you to choose your curriculum. You don't have to teach, reading, writing,
Right.
arithmetic. They don't standardize it. The other states did.
Mm.
The
Right.
other states also gave you the hours that you have to be homeschooling for. I'm sorry, my son will not sit for instruction for 4.5 hours. That's why we are homeschooling. Florida
Right.
doesn't have those requirements written in. What we do have to do is an annual evaluation with a certified teacher, a Florida certified teacher, which I used to be until everything with mom. I had my certificate for 20 years and held on
Oh,
to it. And it helped us when I couldn't get another teacher to do her evaluation. I could step in and be like, here's her, progress that she's made and send it off as her eval. But they're just homeschooling should have so much more freedom and it should be a little bit the same in each state. So
Uh,
far, what surprised me was New Jersey was the most lenient. Like, yeah, it really considering it's up near the other states, Pennsylvania and everything, near the Ivy League schools, and they're like really hands off. If they didn't have the weather they have, that they would be in my consideration.
Right. We homeschooled just during the Big C.
Mm-hmm.
We had them out for 1 year, but one thing that helped us the most was when he was a baby and we were potty training him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't allowed to get off the toilet until there was a 3x5 cards.
Mm-hmm.
I put them on the wall from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Awesome.
And before he got off the toilet, he had to do one section and another section, and then once he get all them, then you went to 3-letter words. And
Wonderful.
every time he go to the bathroom, that's what he had to do.
That's
And
a great idea. I
and
like that. That's a great idea.
he's been an A student. He's 11 now, and he's been
Mhm.
an A student ever since. And
Mm.
the only time we homeschooled him was during this Big C.
Mhm.
But my wife was a substitute teacher at that school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And he probably socially he wanted to probably go back if he was already established in the school and had his friends and everything.
Well, he didn't want to go back, but it was
Oh.
better for him to go back because I reward him as long as he do what he's supposed to do and he's getting A's and doing his work and everything. He has a computer, he has a printer, he has everything that a child will want.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that's if you do what you're supposed to do, I get you what you need, and that's basically how it was. This
Yeah.
he really don't even know what a whooping is, and when we give him a whooping, it's I have to be at least 20 years old so I can hold him down and everything. He don't know what a whooping is,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't know what a whooping is.
but
Mhm.
he's very respectful, and,
Mm.
and he's wearing me out.
Yeah. That's exhausting. My mother had
Yeah,
5 of her grand boys.
Ooh, woo.
Her and my dad, all 5. Hey, Guardian Warrior. Yeah. Oh,
Duncan.
hey,
And
Duncan. Welcome,
Duncan
welcome.
just did it.
Yeah, I missed it. It was below where I was scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
What was this hoping? Some to took for next year. So I will continue to move more rhizomes. I missed what was the rhizome. Oh, you got wild blueberries near you. Nice. Very nice. Test our year in both.
Wild blueberries or blackberries?
Blueberries, he said. He talked about blackberries first and then he switched to they uprooted some wild blueberries near them. Maybe he is are you talking about the blackberries? But blueberries slipped in there?
Oh, I got blueberries on this whole side of my house, 22 feet
I
worth of
have to
blueberries.
Wow.
tomorrow I will check that blueberry thing that I put out there, but I don't know. Right now it's our dormant season,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if I'll see
Oh, you
much.
in Florida? Ain't no dormancy. You're in
Yeah,
Florida.
we got a dormant. A little bit of is a little
Hey,
squeaker.
you be quiet. You be quiet.
Just squeaks. Our grass stops growing, so we don't have to mow it as much.
Hey.
See, even our winter is like it benefits you to live here because your grass just kind of goes dormant and you don't have to mow it as much. But it should be opposite. We should find a grass that goes dormant during the summer, so you're like not out there killing yourself when it's our summer.
Yeah,
And
ours
mow.
doesn't. Ours doesn't. Our grass in the summertime is brown, just because most people don't water because you have to pay for your water, and it just like it's like and you're limited. It's like you can water from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Thursday mornings, and then on Sunday at the same time, and that's all I'm allowed to water. And so it's just not worth it to put water down onto the grass. So we're brown in the summer and then green in the winter unless it snows like it just did.
That's weird. Wow.
Yeah.
But blackberries, they grow wild in my backyard. I got a ton of bricks sitting over there and blackberries growing all up on them. You
Yeah,
go,
how do you keep those brambles out of the areas?
Dig them up.
yeah,
You have to dig them up.
Dig them up.
but
I hate blackberries.
you're gonna
Well,
have
I
to
like
dig
they're
deep.
tasty, but
You're gonna have to dig deep and wide because them roots just travel.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I've got a burn barrel over there that I haven't used in a good while. I got blackberries growing up out of there.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
It's hard
got
to
them
kill
all
them.
over my property.
Yeah. I just keep as soon as there's a little bit of something, I'm in there digging it, killing it. And same with we've got it's not native to here. Someone brought it over and it's some sort of ivy that climbs on the trees, and of course it just roots right into your tree and just sucks the life out of your trees. That's everywhere here, so I pull them out. But I don't like the blackberries partly because they have thorns, and so I did go and buy two thornless blackberry tree bushes that are.
mhm.
I just left them in pots so that they can move with me when I go from this property. So nothing's going in the ground yet.
Yeah,
Everybody has that idea of going to a different property. Me too.
right. I know. We're all like, I don't know. How
Hmm.
did they do now? Is that some kind of like weird mind game too? Like, why suddenly are we all doing that since, the
Because
big C that they arranged, like, is that arranged too?
no, it's because we come in reality. I'd rather have my own
Yeah.
than having to pay rent or
Mhm.
all this other stuff constantly. And we come
Yeah.
to realization is we want our own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want
I
my
think like
150 I want my
Har
150 acres.
well, I know I was gonna say, like, you've got 5 acres.
Yes. I've
But
Like,
got I've
it's not
got
the
a
right location.
postage stamp with
that's true.
illegal chickens that I can't have. So,
I've got a quarter of an acre. Like the lot is a quarter of an acre, and I am
mhm,
allowed to have chickens, which is great. But I
that
just want
is.
I want to have flatter places to grow, so I'm not, you know, crawling around going between things. I would like to have, space. But I do have the use of a friend's garden plot, and they have a blueberry farm, and he was giving, like, in their blueberries, it's an organic blueberry farm, it's a U pick, and he was giving away about 100 blueberry trees last year, and it was like,
My
I'd love one, but
goodness.
I would have to put it in a pot because I have no place to put it, and I would want to take it with me. Mind you, I guess I could have just went and said, let's add blueberries to this, to where, again, I don't know where I would have put them, but it's like, just find a spot, Maureen. Just find a spot. But they're letting me use their plot of soil that he made for his wife that she doesn't want to garden in. But the only thing is that it is a bit on the floodplain. So I
Mhm.
planted the 860 garlic cloves,
Yeah.
and it was just before Christmas. He goes, "Yeah, all that rain we've had, it's flooded." But he says, the garlic will still be fine. I'm just
Mhm.
wondering, I have rows of the garlic, and I'm wondering if it's going to be garlic everywhere. I haven't
Maybe.
gone out. Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
So.
Like
you know why?
little clusters. Sorry. Sorry,
You,
J3.
no problem.
Go ahead.
5-gallon buckets are good, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, she does a lot of that stuff.
I'm,
I think, but we're talking. These are trees. Well, I don't know how. Like when I've gone out to pick blueberries there, um, you're looking at a 7-8 foot tree. So I think a 5-gallon bucket wouldn't be the best. And then how
Mm.
do I move that sucker?
trim it down.
Yeah, I would trim it down.
Trim it down because
Maybe.
as soon as we get some good weather, I'm going out here with my what's the name, and I'm gonna start chopping them all down because my trees are over 12 feet. I'm
Mhm.
6 feet, and I'm gonna trim them back down so I can reach. If I raise my hand and it's over them, we good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah,
if
a
you're not doing
wagon.
more, then I will. I will.
I
Like
think.
I think about. Oh, pardon me. When I go to move, it's like, I'm gonna have to just
Mm.
have just a U-Haul just for the plant pots, like just for all the things that I'm growing in these big giant pots. It's like that tree's coming with me. That tree's coming with me. That's coming with me. But But no, Kara, some people could care less about um, being independent because they're caught in the trap of the fear
Yeah.
and the whatever. And then there is those of us that just go, yeah, something doesn't smell right, something doesn't look
Yeah.
right.
Something's going on.
Yeah, I'm not interested in being in a district in my city, and that's,
Yeah.
and when you think about that, you go, okay, I don't want that, and I would like to be
Right.
preemptive. No,
Yeah.
yeah, so that I am already in a place where it's like, no, I'm too far away, and I'm happy to be there. My
Yeah.
problem is trying to figure out, um, and it's not problem. It's my fear is how to step out,
Yeah.
and because I can sell my house here.
Mhm.
It's doubled in its value. Not that it's worth it, but it's doubled in its value. So I do have a good down payment, but who's going to look at me when I don't have a job? Like I don't have a job. You know.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
unless I can find something and just pay cash, but it's like, sure, my house is doubled. So any house that I'm going to go look at to buy any property,
Can be
that's going to
different.
have doubled.
Yep.
So it's like you're in this stupid freaking 22.
Me too. And I know what you mean. I'm
Well,
trying. Yep.
I advise you, if you can, if you find some property, try to go through the landowner instead of going through a realtor,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because that's one of the reasons
Yeah.
these people put their property up. They might just want $10,000, but when they got the realtor, that's $60,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I learned that when I had an accident back when I was a young fella, and it was so much going on. I said I'd be happy if I walk away with $5,000. And next thing you
Mm.
know, the folks said, "Okay, we're gonna give you $10,000." When it comes to my lawyer,
Wow.
here for your $5,000. Hold it. They gave me 10,000. You only said you wanted 5,000.
Oh.
Another
Wow.
reason I hate Chicago.
Wow. That is dirty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a lawyer.
Yeah.
Some of them are like that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Some of them
No,
be
and they
like
do
that.
have, like, I know that they have programs in the States there, and they do, and I did find one up here in British Columbia where you can, look to have somebody walk you through. You pay a price for it. The one here, I think it was only $400. And they said, if you go through our program and if you don't find anything, we'll actually give you $2,000.
Hmm.
Like
Wow.
it's like that's how serious they are about, we will help you find the property and they'll find you property that has, like they said, we can even help you find zero zoning. So there is nothing about how many buildings you can have, how many people
Wow.
can be on the property. You can
That'd be
find
awesome.
all those kinds of things, and they, um, yeah. So, but it's my fear of, number one, I'm not with not good with, you know a lot of steps and commitment and follow through. That I'm not good at. It's like I will,
I'm saying
um,
yes to Billy about the
yeah.
bless his heart. Yes,
So
that's what it means. Yes, yes. That's exactly what it means, Billy. Pretty much.
well, no, sometimes it's like bless his
Yeah,
heart.
sometimes it is. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's not like,
Sometimes it's not a bad thing, but in the South
right.
is.
Yeah.
Bless
If you
his
get
heart.
a little
He
tone,
tried real hard.
yeah. If you get the
Yeah.
head tilt and that saying, usually, yeah, it means that.
Yeah. So that's my
But
my my thing is just the fear of stepping out.
mm,
I'm not good with, one of the worst things for me. Like I do lots of things in my life. I teach master classes in vocal, and I do this
yeah,
YouTubey thing and whatever. And um, but you asked me to fill out a flipping form, like just a basic form. cannot get nervous, get stressed, look the
Aw.
surname, and I first write down Maureen. It is like, no, that's not right. I need a new form, please. So that's one of the
that
things I
way.
would just, when I had a form, I'd give it to my husband. I said, here. And now I do give it to my daughter, which I can see a little bit of you.
No,
She's my form filler outer now.
I'm the doer.
Uh-huh.
you're the doer. My daughter's kind of like
He's the
that.
doer, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, she's my doer. It's like, hey, can you proofread this for me? Because I'm writing it as if I'm talking, with my hands and la la la,
Yep.
And,
And I'll
so
skip over words. Can you just,
yeah, so
make
those,
sure I did
you
it?
know, so
Yeah.
yeah, so if you're doing, if I'm doing a contract of some sort, it's like I'm gonna put, it's like that just wigs me out, and I get, nervous about it, so.
Yeah.
But it's like, in the meantime, it's like, oh, okay, God, I don't know where. I know that I would like to get off the island,
Yeah.
because that is one thing where, it's $180 for me just to go to Vancouver and back, because it's an hour and a half ferry ride. So it's
Yeah.
$90 there with my truck and $90 back.
Wow.
And, and I do have family in Vancouver.
Not
and
counting the gas once you actually get over there and you're driving around. Yeah. Canadian gas
Yes.
prices.
Yes. Oh yeah. And like we here we have like we have the Parliament building, so it's like we're the capital of British Columbia, and and so we are kind of that um government town, you want to call it, I guess. And you think our gas prices would be good? No, we are some of the highest here.
Wow.
Yeah, if I drive up, if I go up to my hometown, or even in the Vancouver area, it's cheaper than here. And you're like,
How much is your gas per gallon?
now you're asking a very tough question, because we sell ours in liters.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I
How
think
much is per liter?
I think just now it was down to $1.65 a liter, but it was like just before Christmas, it was $1.90 per liter. Yeah, $1.90. So it would cost me, for me, I've got a 100-gallon truck, and so it would cost me
100 gallon. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's about there. Maybe it's not that much. My truck is blue. But it would run me about $170 usually to fill my truck. Like, not from, I never go right from zero, but even so, if I'm at a half a tank, it would be, you go, oh wow, I just put in $150 in my truck.
So blue trucks got big tanks on
them. It has a big tank. Oh no,
that was so funny the way you said that. I got a blue truck. I'm like, okay, but
people go,
can be on big and small trucks.
A half ton or 1 ton, and I go, my truck is blue. That's all I know.
I was about to say I had a Dodge truck, but the tank was only 20 gallons. 20 gallons? Yeah.
Yeah,
so mine, I'm sorry, it's by liters. So mine is like it's about 100-liter truck for some reason. That's what I think it is. So
okay. Well, there's like 3.79 or 3.78 liters to a gallon. So yeah.
So $3.
And you said $1 what it was a liter?
Now it's $1.65. That's the lowest it's been in probably 2 years.
Wait, 65 cents?
$1.65.
Oh, $1.65. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the dollar part.
$1.65.
Dollar. Yeah, it's like 3.785441 liters in 1 gallon. It's like, really? Come on. Round up.
Yeah, you're asking me tough questions.
Times 3. So about $4 to $5 a gallon.
Frick. No. I got $6.06. How'd you get 45 per gallon?
I round everything off.
No. What?
You said a gallon is
a gallon, 1 gallon equals 3.785, so it would be 3.79 times 165 or 160.
Now, see, you're the teacher.
Anybody doing it in the chat?
You're the teacher. And when I was in school, I went straight from basic math to algebra. But
Ooh.
those was years ago.
Yeah. That's what the answer
Oh
is
Lord.
for a gallon. So about
What do you guys
6.25.
pay for a gallon?
Right now it's two.
I don't even know right now.
I think
I
it was
don't.
2.89 a gallon.
I stopped looking because it's just I've got to get it, and I know where the cheaper ones are, the gas stations, and I just
Yeah,
hit one of them.
I go to Wally World.
Yeah,
That's the cheapest.
we don't have Wally World gas. We don't have gas station
Yeah,
at
we
Wally
don't.
You
World.
know,
We have
it's
one at BJ's. BJ's has their own gas, but I'll tell you what, they stole my Visa one time. They had one of
no.
those things on there.
Wow.
Yep, yep.
I came home the other day. I used my card to get gas, and it wouldn't work.
Uh-oh.
So I walked around. I told the dude, I said, "Hey, what's wrong with it?" Nah, you use your cards. It's better if you use the inner pumps. So I went back and I said, "Well, give me $50 worth of gas." I went and got the gas. Came back home, sitting on here messing with the YouTube family, and I looked at my phone and it says $100. I said, "What?" I was getting ready to start acting a fool, and
Yeah,
then
Mhm.
it's a good thing I had my card lock. That's
thank
what
God.
saved me. That's what saved me.
Wow.
My card was locked.
Thank
'Cause
God.
I do that quite often now. When I order something, I'll lock my card back after it go through, and that's it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta look into mine and see if that's available on the phone.
When
Yeah,
I
and
when
then,
I'm
Yeah.
one thing I do concerning the card is important stuff. I use my credit card, but
Yeah.
everything else I put money on my Cash App, and that's what
Mhm.
I basically use.
Okay. Yeah,
mm,
I use a debit card. We try to, use cash or debit, and like you said, the Visa is left for like important purchases and sometimes we'll cycle monthly bills through it just to get the benefit
Right.
because it gives us money back and basically it pays for our vacation if we want to go to Disney World.
No, I don't spend that much.
Yeah.
You get enough Disney World money? No, I don't spend that much.
It accrues. This is over years. This is like
Oh, okay.
we've had it going probably before my mother came here. So at least 4 years worth of points.
Oh.
It's accrued
ooh,
a lot.
wow.
Yeah, our
It's,
gas is
uh,
down in the twos too. I was surprised
it,
to
it,
see that.
it's hard out here for us poor folks. So,
I'm still having I'm just trying to move money around to make believe I have money. That's all. I just
hey,
Move that money.
move it
Move
through
that
the
money. Look at
Visa.
there's money over here.
That's right.
hey, was
We got money over
the
here. Got money over
the rich people dress poor looking?
Yeah.
there. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I
This is Timu, my whole outfit. Just saying.
So you're trying to say
cost
your whole
all
outfit costs less than $5? Okay, okay,
Probably was only 50 cents for them or maybe 20.
yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway,
I
go
met
ahead.
But I
I
don't
met
trust them.
No, I know. I'm starting not to too. I know.
a Timu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard rumors of child labor being
Mm,
used and
mhm.
It's not the part
and
of
they
it.
do copy. I don't know if you've noticed that they'll copy people who are on Etsy who are artists and do their stuff.
It's
So
Mm.
they're stealing, of course, again, stealing American ideas and then selling it back to us at a lower
yeah,
cost,
At a lower price. Yeah.
at a lower price.
Uh,
And then it falls apart like a week later. Okay.
that's it.
I'm
That's
really
it.
surprised how well iPhones work 'cause I think they're kind of involved with iPhones.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
But so they have Samsung too. Samsung is oh no, that's Korea.
That's
Korea I
Korean.
think
Yeah.
has yeah, it's
Yeah.
Korean. And they're like royalty over there.
They are
The whole
Uh,
family.
dynasty.
Homestead Aquarius, you're
Yep.
absolutely correct. You're
There you
absolutely
go.
correct.
Hey, I'm doing that. I have that sour sop out there that I'm about ready to take a bat and smack it in the trunk and say, "You better
Well,
do something."
you're supposed to take and go threaten it.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna do.
Hey, how about we
I
go
already
pray
told
for it?
it. I already told it. So now it needs a little tap, tap, tap.
That's
You
right.
better.
That's what broke farmer does. He did a video where it was like, I need you to pray for me. I need you to pray for this pear tree. And while you're praying for that pear tree, I want you to come over, see this raspberry bush. Look at it. Look at it. I need you to pray for it. While you're
That's
praying
what,
for that one. So
that's
go
what
pray
I'll
for it.
do. I'll just ask for sour sop tree prayer. See if
Yeah.
if I should keep this tree or not. Had it. It's time. It should be starting. And
Yeah.
I asked another, tropical fruit person down here. He said he cut 3 of them down and finally got one that bore fruit. No, that's not what you're supposed to tell me.
That's why I have a fruit forest, because if I can't afford all the food and everything that's out there,
Yeah.
at least we can eat fruit and vegetables.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I have to
yeah.
get used to is putting out the annuals, basically. I want perennials and a basically lazy food forest, kind of
Mm,
lazy man's food forest where I can just go out and pick fruit and have something blooming all the
yes, year
time.
round. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Robert. Vancouver Island does sound a lot like Gilligan's Island.
It's
You can never leave.
terrible. I missed that comment.
It's too expensive to live and save up to move. So yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
You know, sadly, it's like I could use a professor, and I don't know. Oh, the captain, I don't know. Was he a bit of a goof? And I
Now the
do not
professor
need
be
the
good. The professor be
professor.
good.
I like the
Yeah.
professor. I don't need the Howards or whatever they were, the
Oh
two rich
goodness. Yeah.
people.
Hoity toity.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
just give me the professor. Well, Gilligan, he was a bit slapstick too. So just give me the professor. Fine.
Yeah. I think
I've settled it.
I
Yeah.
said,
Maureen's Island.
Homestead Aquarius is on it.
woo,
Mm.
3,000 a month. No, thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, and when you think of what those apartments are, that's probably about a 400 square foot apartment, maybe 6. Like it's got my son's trying to move to Vancouver, and he said these people, they have a solarium on the house, like they put a
Wow.
closed in solarium, and they were renting,
Uh,
and so it's all the glass.
1 minute, please. Explain yourself. A solarium.
Oh, um, so uh, off of a deck, you
Okay.
enclose.
They're
It's a glass
gorgeous. Yeah.
enclosure, so
So
that
is
you
it?
can sit out.
So is it really a porch?
It's a porch with like a greenhouse over it that's glass and usually metal and
Yeah,
Richie. It's Richie
yeah.
Rich kind of thing
Yeah, but
looking.
it would be on your back deck. And
Yeah.
I think and so it's just that's all you're getting, and that was $1,800 for you to live in.
Oh, okay, that's something like a, what is it called? A Vanai.
Wait, you're living
Oh,
on somebody's porch for $3,000? I just missed that.
for 1,800
Ooh,
on their deck
they got a
in
stove
Vancouver.
out there too.
Probably you get a hot plate and probably the little easy bake oven thing.
Oh wow.
Nah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
absolutely.
If that's the case, I'd rather go get me a shed, and I
Yeah.
can put everything I need in that shed to include the restroom.
Yep.
Mm,
That's what I'd probably be doing would be getting like I don't know, like what you did before with the international students, but maybe you can find some that are at the school and wanted to stay longer, whatever, and rent to them in little sheds in the backyard.
little tiny homes.
And you
Up
can
here,
get discounts if they work the garden really well for you.
up here by the hospital, there was a daycare right next side the hospital. So what they did was they tore down the daycare and they put 6 houses there. This is not even a quarter of an acre. They put 6 houses there, and it's I
Wow.
believe it's a 1 bedroom house. So the hospital took it. Now these are for the guests that have surgery and people got to come in and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
I
Oh.
ain't seen nobody parked there yet. But the
Mm,
point of it, you got less than a half an acre, less than a quarter, and they put 6 houses there.
wow.
Hmm.
I hope you only got
Obviously.
one car, and it better be a Pinto.
That's just yeah, right? It is getting like that, though, the way that they're building. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even our
Very
house
slow.
was yeah. We share the fence with my neighbor. We did have his fence for the longest time, and then during the Big C, wanted I wanted our own, and we put up the vinyl so it would last longer because we were always painting their fence, at least the
Eventually,
side.
I'm put a fence up on this side because my neighbor,
Mhm.
she doesn't do anything in her yard.
Oh.
She put she threw some great seeds over there on the fence, and
Mhm.
I hate to be mean or something because
Yeah.
I don't want them over in my yard. If it stayed on the fence, that's fine. But grapes got the scuppernines.
Yeah.
They like to travel out, and
So,
I
wait,
don't want it in my
are you
yard.
resisting free food, though? Are you resisting?
No, I will always go over there and pick and eat.
Okay.
But no, I don't want them all in my yard.
Oh, to
And
have to deal with them taking over. Are they invasive up there in Georgia?
yeah, yes,
Oh.
because if you got a person that doesn't take care of them, they
Mhm.
just grow and grow. She
Wow.
there was a
Hey, Guardian.
he was a
What's
state
up?
trooper. It was a state trooper that used to live next side me, and I took care of my side. He took care of his side. He had a scuppernine tree up in there, and everything was beautiful.
Mm.
She moved there. The scuppernine tree looks like a
Mm.
forest by itself.
Mm.
And then I was cutting trees down, so I told him I'm cutting these trees down right here. It's in the front of our house on the side. Her husband come around there. No, my wife said we need to keep it so we have a divider between our house.
Oh.
I said, okay, y'all take care of it.
Mhm.
They never took care of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
One of the
That's
pine trees died, and I said, I went over and told her, I said, hey, that tree's gonna fall and hit your house.
mm.
Mm.
She ain't paid me no mind or nothing. And then when the storms and stuff started coming in last year,
Oh, my.
I guess she thought I was gonna do something. And she went and got one of her friends to come and cut the big tree down and everything. I said, if anything right there go dead and it fall, if it comes to my yard, I'm coming to you to complain. You're gonna give me some money. And if it go on your side, peace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, you hopefully learned your lesson. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make it better for us both, but you want the trees to stay.
Yeah.
In her yard, there's a tree that's actually leaning, and it's leaning toward my house. She went
Oh
and had
dear.
a guy to come out to cut the trees in the back. Two trees, one tree he cut. He
Yeah.
cut a tree that was not leaning at all, but the tree that's leaning towards my house, she didn't cut.
Oh my goodness.
I said, let it fall, let it fall.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a big bill.
That's
Yep.
it. Let it fall.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, how's daddy life doing, Guardian?
Because when I moved here, I cut all the trees out of my yard. The tree was it was a 18 wheeler that they were putting the trees on. They cut the tree 3 times, and it was still the length of the 18 wheeler. I got rid of all the
Wow.
trees out here.
That's huge.
Wow.
These trees. Oh man, these trees were so tall around here. I got rid of everything. I
Yeah.
said, if a tree on my property, I want to plant it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I was trying to get in the beginning because I didn't like the way it looked, the strangler fig. I was trying to get something maybe that would take over its spot. But
Strangler fig.
yeah, it's a strangler fig tree and it does exactly like what it sounds like. It will strangle other trees. It's
Hmm.
like an orchid where it comes down from another tree. Its seed is in the upper part of palm trees and it sends roots down first. And then once the roots reach the ground, it starts to wrap itself around that tree like a parasite. But somehow our palm tree was like, no, you don't. And it lived. It didn't die because usually they kill the tree, the host tree, by strangling out the sun and just
Does that
strangling.
Does that tree have flowers on it? That fig thing?
I've never seen it. That's what's so weird. I don't see the flowers, but they will get berries that go everywhere. And it's like the tree itself looks like the like it's related to the ficus family, how, and the big trees that we have down here that, of course, the name slips my brain, that go
Hmm.
down in hurricanes sometimes, and they're as wide as, like what you say, like a flatbed, the root system.
Hmm.
But people take them down because they do go down and they get huge just like that by sending roots out all over the place. So
Did you
anyway,
call
but
it a
ours, I would
strangler
like to get rid of
fig?
it. Hmm?
Did you call it a strangler fig?
Yeah, strangler fig. That's the
Oh,
common name.
wow.
It's a Florida tree usually in, trying to think what
They're
area it
very
grows.
they're very cool looking
Yeah,
though.
they are a ficus. That's why they look like a ficus. Da-da. Ficus
Hmm.
Yeah.
aurea, which is probably for air, I bet, because they do come down from the air. In
Hmm.
fact, our neighbors had one coming towards our fence, and thank God he like got out and cut the roots because they're coming right towards our fence. Let me see, Institute of Regional Commerce. Anyway, yeah, it's a native, so I can't
I'm
really
showing
do.
him the pictures of it here.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
They're very, very
Yeah,
interesting looking.
aren't they wild? But unfortunately, that also
Oops,
makes a
sorry.
great hiding place for critters like rats.
Oh no, no, that's I
Yeah,
don't know that fella.
yeah, no. That's when I kind of would like to just
So
blow up the
it's
tree.
yeah. So the strangler fig is what's all the ornateness around this tree
Yes, it's strangling
that's
out
going
another
on.
tree right there. That's what you're seeing is the roots
Okay.
wrapped around probably another tree.
Look at this
When you
one
said
here.
Yep,
fig, when you
yep.
said fig, I thought it would have some good fruit on it, but that's
I
trying to kill
know.
it.
You can do something with it. The problem is it's so random. And our tree is huge. Like it drops its fruit so randomly. I haven't been able to like it's just seems like it's continuous fruit cycle, and then sometimes it's just really really bad fruit cycle and it just drops all over. And I haven't been able to pin it down to put like a tarp under it and shake it and see if we could get any and make jam because Dave the Good said
Wow.
you can. He says it's really not worth it though. Like they're not something to write home about.
Yeah, that fella might
Mm.
have something growing up in you,
Mm,
strangling you
that's
from the inside.
that's right. You never know. What if my stomach acid don't kill it?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Right.
Guardian! I didn't realize you had an almost 11-year-old. Wow, and a 2-year-old. Oh my, it's a big gap. I had a 16 and a little one, like a 12. Malachi was almost 12 weeks, and I think Hannah had just turned 16 or 17, about.
Mm.
And yeah, what's so funny too about that is we would go up to the pool, and when I was praying about why I wasn't getting pregnant, we were going up the pool, and this little girl, I knew her mom from homeschooling circles. She just looks at me and she goes, "Where's your baby?" I'm like, "What?" And I just paused, and her mother's like, "Oh, she's got you." I said, "No, no, no, let her speak, please." She goes, "Where is your baby?" I don't. I said, "I don't know. You tell me." She goes, "You have a black baby."
Hmm.
I was like, "Okay, well, that answers a question that I had. Like, how's it going to happen? That either my husband's dying and I'm marrying a black man, or we're probably adopting a child." So, okay. But the second time we went up to the pool, there was an older lady, and she's in the pool, and I was getting impatient. I think at that point we had been through the foster class, or we had started the process. Something was happening, and I was just, letting God know I don't mean to be impatient, but I'm feeling impatient. Hannah was 15 at the time, and we walk up to the pool, and this lady's like, "My daughter finally just had her baby. It was 16 years, and she finally had her baby." I said,
Hmm.
"Okay, so she's gonna be 16 when you give me this baby." Okay,
Mm.
okay. So yeah, that pool is like that's gonna be a hard pool to move away from because it just the significance of bringing little Malachi to us and how God would just use the most random things, a pool, like just walk into a pool and prophetic.
Mhm.
I'd never had that happen my whole life.
Wow. Wow.
Never had like prophetic words spoken over me. Never had like just dreams uh mimic like the I had a Charles Stanley devotional
through the
and had a
mouth
dream
of
and all the people.
babes.
Huh? What was that?
Through the mouth of babes.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yep. Dream dreams. And that was that's how it started. It was just a dream. It was just God's outside of time and space and like basically not to question how he's gonna work. And then he started talking to me like consider and it was probably like an angelic messenger in my dream. I don't know if it was
Mm.
God himself. It kind of felt like it could have been God. Um, but you know, it's like it was that's right. It was first person. I'm outside time and space, and I want you to consider. And then he said, like Sarah, and I want you to consider this other person, this other person. And I
Mm.
get up that morning, and I'm at a lock-in with all the youth of my church because I was youth worker, and I look in the devotional, and it says those people. Well, when God is working out your circumstance, I think was something like the title. And then in order, it was everybody he told me in the dream. And I hadn't seen that devotional. I had just cracked it. And I was like, whoa. So then I asked him, like, is this about us having a baby so late in life? And it was like, I felt confirmation for sure. I had prophetic words spoken over me. They said, that boy ain't gonna, oh,
You
no.
retract that right
That's
now.
right. You retract that.
Homestead Aquarius. Yeah.
Yes, I have an
Yes.
iguana storm predicted. Indeed. Probably.
No,
Let me see if it's still let me see if it's still active. Let me see if they've still got us going down into the 40s.
that what was that? A orange iguana?
I don't know like the different ones. I don't know if they're I'm not sure, but it had orange on it. They have gold, and then they have those really like dark striped tails.
It looked like that one was missing a portion of his tail.
Yeah, probably could have been. I didn't like totally look it over because I was there and it was big, and I was like, let me get this for people who haven't seen these here. Not
That
to
thing
mention,
was huge.
when I saw him, I'm like, oh, okay, if he's up sunning himself, I wonder if Mr. Gator's going to be around the corner when we're walking out. But no gators, thankfully. Just him, and he was huge, indeed. He was
I
huge.
think in your neighborhood, I have to keep my pew pew with me.
Yeah,
Mm.
we actually. What's funny is this is a neighborhood that I think actually catches them and eats them because I have a lot of Central and South American, Latin American families around us, and they disappear. The iguanas actually do disappear. They
I
just
don't.
vanish. And up in Boca, where you have nobody who's really hunting iguana, they're going over to the town center mall and getting lunch. We're gonna go do lunch and have some drink. They're like massive amounts of iguana. And if
I
you
don't
would go
know.
up there and go pew pew, they would be like, oh, "Officer, arrest him! Look at what he's doing! He's killing the wildlife."
Okay,
Yeah.
you
So
you
they
get
won't.
in the way, you'll be right along with that wildlife.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
If
I
I
don't
ate
know.
them, that would be good hunting ground.
I don't know nothing about iguana, but the alligator that comes along, I'll be more than happy to take him off your hand.
Yeah, right. Um, I'll hold you to that.
I'm going to
I'll be
chase
like,
him.
get
I'm
down
not.
here.
I'm not going to let him chase me. I'm going to chase him.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't know if you've seen that clip where the guy actually, I think it was a caiman. It might have been a caiman and not a gator.
With an old guy
It's the
try to.
long nose. It was the long nose one, and he thought, I guess, just because it has this longer nose, it's a certain type of. Oh no, it's a crocodile. It's a certain type of crocodile with a really long nose. Guy's tapping it in the back, like, oh, it's different looking. It can't eat me, and its mouth is narrow. That thing turned around like so quick. It was going to take his arm, and crocodile teeth on that thing just because it's
Wait,
narrow.
What about the one where the old guy tried to he tried to get get on the back of the alligator, and the alligator swing around and stop biting at him?
Yep.
Well, you better go sit your old behind down somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. I met the actual Gator Boys, the ones who did that. I've met them and been to some of their stuff for her. They're really nice. Paul never came out though, the one who would swim in the water with the gators on Gator Boys, which I thought was insane. He wasn't as social, like meeting the public.
Well, he had to stay safe to keep the show going.
That's right. That's it. Couldn't have any of the women watching the show jumping on him somewhere and taking him down. Meanwhile, he swims with gators. But he actually ended up getting bit after the show. And I think it was pretty bad because he was like out of sight for a while. But yeah, they're really nice guys. I don't even think both of them are in Florida anymore.
That's kind of like Irwin. He did the animal things all the time, and it was an animal that took him out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You got to read that.
Casualty. Which one?
Yeah, no, Robert's narration voice and Carol's little girl voice would make a great narration book.
Oh, thank you for that idea.
Yeah. I'm thinking of maybe, and then that's when Robert said, maybe we could go up against Casual Geographic.
Oh, he's so good. That thing, he cracks me up.
Yeah, Robert's got a great voice.
Robert does, but so does the account Casual Geographic. The ones he talks about the animals that'll just end you a lot. It's like, oh, you think that's really cute, but they actually have this poisonous spine that will just come out of them and you'll drop dead on the beach. Guess what I just talked about?
Must be talking about a stingray.
Mm-mm. It's a mollusk. They pick up the shell and it's got a poisonous, I don't know if it might be in Australia where everything kills you, but it's a mollusk. They would pick up the shells. They'd be finding people just dead on the beach, like taking their walk. They reach down for this mollusk, this shell that's beautiful, and it has a little thing full of venom and killed them.
Or your wife just hit you in the back of the head while you walk.
Or yeah, somebody planted you there. Hold on.
I've never heard of Casual Geographic. So on YouTube, he's got 3.3 million subscribers with 132 videos. That's it.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, he's amazing in the way that he just
never heard of him.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's just YouTube. YouTube is like that. It's such a vast land and so many niches.
Right.
You know, it's unbelievable how people can be on here, have 1 million followers too, and I've never heard of them too. Same thing. Oh, those are the calorie snails. Okay. Thank you, because I was trying to remember what mollusca they were.
I'm about to do stereotype again.
Uh-oh.
Because some people don't pick up just anything.
Yeah.
Some people run from trouble, and some people run to trouble.
Yeah. Who would that be? It's like,
oh, why am I looking at that stuff? Don't stop looking at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm still here, so something happened, right? Or I just had really great angels.
Mm.
I also had good friends when I was in my 20s. Yep. Cowrie is the common name for a group of small, large sea snails. Now, where does it say cowrie's venomous? There it is. Cone shells, like many cowrie shells, can be very pretty and therefore tempting to a shell collector. The scary part is that to the unknowing or to those who are fairly new to these waters, cone shells could be confused with some cowrie shells. Cowries, on the other hand, and as best as I know, are harmless. Okay, wait a minute. They just said cowries are harmless. So what's the venomous one? Yeah.
This is education night. Now I don't want to go to
Florida. I need to know who that was.
I don't need to go to the beach in Florida.
I don't think this is here. No, we just get those stupid man of wars. Those are terrible. But, usually it's a season. And it's funny. I think it happens actually during our season when we have everybody down trying to enjoy our beach. Yeah, I can't. Cone shells, maybe. Okay, that's it. Let me get it up. Uh, all these cookies. Yeah, there's its little stinger. Hold on. Cone snails are a marine gastropod. Oh, okay. Characterized by a conical shell and beautiful color patterns. Cone snails possess a harpoon-like tooth capable of injecting a potent neurotoxin that can be dangerous to humans.
Huh.
Okay. There are about 600 species of cone snails, all of which are poisonous. Cone snails live in shallow reefs partially buried under sandy sediment, rock, or coral in tropical and subtropical waters. Ah! Some species have adapted to colder waters.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh, I'm going to have to look up their distribution later. Hold on, let me I'll share picture. I've got so many tabs right now. I couldn't find my way back. So yeah, I heard that story a long time ago. Okay, this is not what I'm trying to share. Why does it do that?
Harpoon,
There,
whatever.
I got it. Hmm?
I was Homestead Court, harpoon, whatever.
Whatever. It's a small. There you go. There's its little harpoon coming right out
Oh,
of there.
man.
See? There it is.
I wouldn't
That,
touch nothing like that.
well, the shell looks so pretty. That pattern.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'll
Yeah.
wait till somebody take it out and it done dried out and washed out and sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Can you imagine though if you brought that home with your seashells and your kids? Oh, that would be like talk about the beach trip from where. That would be horrible. Oh, this is a really pretty one.
Then it gives you a trip.
Yeah, right. Well, at least it looks like people live. They don't have to be necessarily fatal. Let's see. Unfortunately, there's no specific treatment for cone snail envenomations. It sounds like a Disney trip. First aid
Yeah.
focuses on controlling pain, but may not influence outcomes. Oh, that's
Watch
nice.
for signs of symptoms of progressive paralysis.
Oh, just that. Just
But
that.
don't wait for those symptoms and signs.
Oh,
Like I said, some people ask for trouble and some run from trouble.
that's horrible. It's like actually telling you to have a bag and something to help them keep breathing. Okay, that says lethal. Yes. Lovely. Okay. No, scratch that. You could die.
I could tell something is pretty from 6 feet away.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have that. Um, that's a gift. Intuition, but we call it something else in the church. But yeah, discernment. You have very good discernment. What's coming at you? Not a dart. It's attached. Yeah, it's totally attached. Yeah, that I see what you're saying. It's not a harpoon because they're not throwing it at the person. Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
You're
so
right. They
so they
can't
said
call it.
they said come get it.
Yeah, basically just give you a poke. Oh, sorry. I think you're gonna die now. Thanks for picking me up, though.
I just wanted somebody to turn me over, so we're going.
Yes,
We're going.
right. Like, like the
Here's for your time and your effort.
yes.
Clink.
Let me end you. You're collected. Well,
It's
yeah,
not
me
just these
too.
two-legged people, it's these hard shell things trying to get us too.
That's right. That's right. Yep. They're trying to inject stuff into us too. We just can't get away from those things. Everybody's
Everybody,
trying to do that. It's
everybody
awful.
want to inject something into somebody. Hey,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Poison darts. Yeah, pretty much. Just doesn't leave their body. They have it on them at all times. Can you imagine?
sounds like a human to me.
Right. I think that's poisonous knives. But yeah, darts too.
Yeah.
Yep. how far you can take now.
It's called a needle.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't know it was a fail. I missed it. You failed? You didn't fail.
his comment.
The one about cone snails, they shoot a dart.
No.
Useless data files corrupt. No, they are not. Stop your self degradation. Is that what they call it? That word? I think that's the right word. It's amazing how my brain will just pull out like words that I never use in real conversation and just insert them. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, thank you. Buried thesaurus under many years of I don't know, useless information. I I don't think I've used that word ever, but okay, I'll use it today.
You just bring back Cyclopedia Britannica. That's all.
Yes, yeah. So who was I? Somebody was saying that they used to read those.
Yeah,
Like,
I had a chance in school to do that.
ugh.
Way before computers came.
It was a comedian who basically went on that football player Shannon's show and just dissed all the other comedians.
Oh.
I can't think of his name, but he's the one who said when he was younger that he was like a ferocious reader and he read through the encyclopedia really young, and that's how he got quite a bit of his education, was at least the knowledge part.
Cat Williams.
Yes, thank you. I don't even think I watched the whole interview.
There's so many of them now.
I know now there is. And he made that guy's channel, who is, basically, I think he's like a well-known NFL athlete and everything, but he
was an athlete. Now he's well known.
Oh, okay. He was just an athlete. Okay. He was an athlete. Made his channel grow almost by another, it was 690 something thousand people. It's like,
wow.
Now, since we're going to talk about that, a lot of people's not looking, but if they use their head, all this stuff came out. Now, shove that to the side and look at reality. There's something going on, and this is something to deter us from what's going on.
Yeah, we got there's plenty of those little stories going off while we are supposedly in World War, you know what, and don't we hear stuff, but do we really know what's going on? No.
That's why the TV don't comes on.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think that's what helps many of us to to stay the course that we're on and do the things that we're doing, because we're not caught up with, oh, did you see what's happening over here? Did you hear this new thing? And I had someone just say to me the other day, what in regards to and the environment, the thing that they keep spouting about our environment. And she was just kind of like, she was like, and I just didn't know that, you're not supposed to turn over your soil, because when you turn over the soil, it allows carbon to come out of the soil and into our atmosphere.
Oh my. And that might actually allow a tree to breathe.
Yep. Like, you're not supposed to turn it over because you don't want to stop the microbes from being connected together. We're separating them, right? Now, sure, there might be some carbon, but that's another thing that is causing this, what's going on. And it's like, that is not, turning over your soil, like, you need to be very careful. And it's like, well, the great thing about carbon is that it's feeding our plants.
Yes.
So that they give us oxygen to breathe.
Exactly. Yeah.
We need these things.
Yes, we need that.
But again, when you're a person who's just, this is what, so now I'm not going to till my, she's got a little garden. I'm not going to till my garden. because I don't want that stuff to go out, because then that means I'm
Ugh.
affecting the atmosphere. It's like your size of garden is not doing anything. How about those people who fly in their beautiful bird,
Yes,
like their private
exactly.
birds?
Hmm. I was just watching that. That was Right Side News was trying to get words out of all the Bilderberger group, but they were at something else starting with a D and ending with an
Mm,
S.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, he was going right up to them, and he was actually doing reporting. It was like, oh my gosh, he's asking those questions. He was asking one of them why Jilly Bates wasn't getting into any legal trouble, considering other people associated with that certain airplane and man
mm-hmm,
are.
mm-hmm,
Guy was just totally wouldn't say a word,
mm-hmm.
wouldn't rebuttal, nothing. And it was like people in the comment section were like, his silence says enough. Like his silence says plenty right there. You shush? Who are you shushing, Billy? Kink for what?
I think you have to go back up a bit. There's a crazy conversation going on between the two of them.
You tried breeding them in Harvard. Well, I didn't know you went to Harvard.
Well, there's some scholars, some everywhere. You just don't know.
Yes.
Pop out of nowhere.
Yep.
Mm.
Totally. Totally. Totally.
He's a
I could.
scholar down. He's a scholar down here with the little people.
Yes. Yes. I hit my 30s and I wanted to put my college, my little FAU on my minivan at the time. I was like, I can't believe I made it through college. Like I was looking back like that girl made it through college.
It was rough. I wish I went when I was younger. It was rough trying to be an adult and go to college. Ooh,
Oh, I got
Mm.
better grades as an adult. I focused like better, but now I don't know if I could.
I was working 12 to 14 hours a day and then had to go to school too.
Wow. That
Yeah,
is incredible. It's a lot.
it's way too much. I did the same thing, and it was like, no, cannot work part time. Have a dying husband. Kids
Yeah.
still in high school at the time. Releasing 2 albums, and we need you
Uh,
to write that paper, and it's like, about what and what for? That, I think
yeah.
that was my hard thing, was when you're on, because I was going to school I was wanting my degree in music so that I could teach in college or
Mm.
university. And and so I'm already an established musician performing,
Mhm.
and so the teacher is saying da 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 da, and I'm like, what is the point of that? You are wasting these people's time. We do not need to know that. They don't need to, like in this one in particular, was because it was a design and art, and he was getting us to learn uh, Photoshop terms like point, CMYK, and it's like, we're musicians. What for?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna hire a graphic designer, I'm gonna go, that doomahickey thing. No, we needed to know the terms, and you're being tested on this, and it's like, what for? He says, well, so that you can speak to your graphic designer. And then he brought in his graphic designer. He was away, so she was going to fill in for us, and
Mhm.
she was like, I don't even know these things. And it's like, my point exactly. Why are
Yeah.
we wasting these young people's minds and time,
Yep.
where it's like, we don't need to have all that fluff. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
teach them how to look at, what do you want to look at a picture? What are some good things? Like, you know, every single one of my albums always has my face on it, right? Now, I'm not a big, well known person, but it's like, what I want you to always see is my face. So you start to recognize it. You
Mhm.
always do that. It's like, that would be a good thing to do. Don't do some crazy eclectic design, that, your friends, while you were, using some green substance that, you were, you designed this, and they go, it's beautiful, let's use it. And you go, that's not a way. It's like how to promote yourself. That's what we
Yeah,
really need to,
exactly. Yep.
so. Ooh, who could give him a tiger?
We could
I
show
don't think I want a tiger, but
his
who's getting a tiger?
his roommate wanted frogs. He's like, I could get you a tiger. Not lying. I know people. I
Oh,
bet you do.
Jonathan.
Yep. So yeah, I agree with you. They didn't really teach us how to market ourselves when I was going through the fine art department, and that would have helped quite a bit.
Yeah. And
Would
but
help.
fine arts, yes, you would need to know point rule. That's your
Yeah, if you're a
that's your
graphic artist, I wasn't graphic at the time. It was all
right.
the old ways by
Mhm.
hand and my eyes.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna use it the old fashioned way.
Yes, the old way. Hey, mom, back in the olden days, did you
Yeah.
used to draw those things?
When you're old going to school and you know the things, you go
Yeah.
waste, 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 waste. But they have to give you all this waste because it's filler so that they can charge as much as they do. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
you
What do you
know,
call what do you call going? I mean, what do you call going to school old? Because when I went to college, there was a young lady up there, and I think she was hitting 80 something years old.
Bless her. That's awesome.
yeah. But I'm not a good student. Like, yeah, I'm not good, to
Well,
go and be consistent and
yeah,
mm,
I went to two
I fly by the
colleges.
seat of my pants.
I do that.
I went to a Bible college, then I went to the community college, and it was so rough on me leaving work and going to college. So
Mhm.
sometimes I ended up wearing my uniform, and that didn't mean nothing. They didn't give me no breaks and nothing. And
Yeah.
then finally, I said I had to take it online.
Yeah,
I
it's
went to
exhausting.
Columbia College, and I remember quite a few times I come home and it's like 9 in the morning,
Mhm.
and I'll sit down and start doing my work. Then I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Man, I come in the house, open the book up, fall asleep. And the good thing to it is, my wife, get up and go to bed. Get up and go to bed. I wake up, come back in here, and say, well, let me get this work done. And by the grace of God, when I go look at the computer to do my work, it's
Mhm.
done.
Wow.
She used to, my wife took a lot of stress off me.
Oh,
Oh,
And then
that's wonderful.
the kids used to tease me, Daddy, they don't need to put your name on that certificate. They need to put mom's name on it. Oh man. I said she just helped me once or twice. They need to put mom's name on that certificate, not yours.
Oh my gosh. That's J3 and his assistant and
Hey, mom and J3.
yep.
Leave it to the kids. Uh, Mom, she doing this. And only once or twice she come in and did something for me, and she did that because I was wore out. I'm not trying to make a payment and a home for you guys, and all you can see is your mom doing something. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how that is with just certain parents growing up that you see the one doing all the work and maybe not the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Always felt bad for my dad because he was always doing work around the house. But my mom was too. But he would get it from my mother and she would come up with some doozies that it's like, but mom, he just did that and did this. But what she was good at doing was by dinner time, you were not to approach dad with anything. Like dinner time was his time to just sit, eat, not be approached by the kids. She was the only one who could maybe give him a little ribbing, but and then he got his rest time. Like he could watch his little shows and he would, he had certain shows he would watch in a row all the way up until like he, just couldn't watch them anymore. He had his
Mm,
little routine.
My
But yeah,
my
a
my kid
helpmate is important. A good helpmate is very important.
my kids always ate first until they hit 10 years old. Once they hit 10 years old, you don't eat first anymore.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah. You wait. Yep. You
Mhm.
wait for the family. Yeah. Our schedule is so messed up here. We need to do the same thing. I need to re-clean that table off. I had it all cleaned off for Christmas, and now things are getting back on it again.
Funny
I
how
don't
that
know what that is with flat surfaces. It's like they just are like, "Come here. Come here. Here, you
magnet
little thing. Here,
magnets.
yeah."
Hmm.
Yeah, very it has a magnetism of it. All the flat surfaces.
We
Oh,
auto,
God.
we automatically made Thursday is family day.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Thursday was family day. We go out, we eat. It didn't matter. Thursday was family day regardless.
Mm,
But then when they got old and rusty and in high school and they need to do this and need to do that, it kind of drifted away. But
Mm.
now today is Thursday, right?
yeah.
I got football, Papa. I got okay.
Mm, yeah.
Mm.
That is hard when they are in school sports. That's the only thing when they have all those practices and everything. I
Mhm.
completely didn't know I had a college class because I was on their volleyball team and we were traveling at night for games usually. I come to find out halfway through the semester I've got a class I've never even walked into at night.
Right. And that you're failing.
And that I'm failing because I haven't, and that I can't get out of because it's past the time where you drop a class, even though this was the smallest school. It was like a little junior college up in PA, little Christian junior college too. So, yeah, I was kind of upset. I'm like, what? You
Mm.
dropped
Yeah.
that? You know where I've been. You've seen me.
Mhm.
Made
Yeah,
me
or
feel
how,
good.
check it in because it's such a small school. It's like,
Yeah.
we haven't seen this student. So, yeah, we do family dinner on Sundays, and I started that when they were still in school, and it's just became a tradition now. If you're out of town or if you have to work, then you're excused for them, and it's not like there's a
Yeah.
consequence, whatever. But whenever my sons are away or they can't come,
Mm-hmm.
that's when it's like the following week I'll hear them say, I hate that I missed Sunday dinner. I feel like I'm so disconnected, and I
Oh,
just and the one also says,
that's
and I
wonderful.
get free food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
What I wouldn't give to have another like dinner from my mom. Oh, yeah, it's a great
Mhm.
thing to do for them as they're,
Mhm.
your adults as they age. It's a wonderful thing.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and I don't do much of the cooking. It's usually, the girls here, they'll take on the cooking, or
Nice.
even my youngest, sometimes he'll come up, like if it's a certain thing, that we want to make, and that's his specialty, then he'll come up early and he'll make the dinner and
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, it's really great. So even when I'm out of town, like if I'm away,
Mm-hmm.
they still meet. They still have
Oh,
dinner.
I love that.
No, they all, whoever's not living at home, oh my gosh, the sneeze.
Well, I ain't got to worry about that. Two in Texas, one in Atlanta, one
Oh.
in Savannah, and one is too close. So
It's always that one that's too close.
Oh, why can't you be the one in Alaska?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's too
Well,
funny.
I do have one missing. She's farther up north than my hometown, and then my youngest he's trying to move to Vancouver. In the summertime, that's where he's wanting to go. But
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is wonderful. I wish, yeah. I love that they have that. Like that's so wonderful that they have that as siblings in this
yeah.
day and age. It
Yeah.
really
But,
is.
do they get along and do they fight? Sure, absolutely. Like they're
Yeah.
just like, really, at this age, come on. But there is also that thick line. But, you know, they lost their dad 8 years ago. And,
Yeah.
and I just
Cemented
and
it.
I have actually said to them, you know what? I want to have these things. I want to have this
Yeah.
dinner. I want to do stuff together because um when I am gone,
Mhm.
if you guys are all apart and we haven't been doing this,
Yeah.
you'll be all estranged from each other. But it's like if we're doing it all the time,
Yeah.
and we have done it where we have FaceTimed, we'll FaceTime people in to have dinner, like if one of my kids and that for
Oh,
special It's like, we'll set a place for them and put them, you know, on an iPad so that they can be a part of the.
Mm.
It's
Like
good.
if one of them sick or something and they want
Yeah,
to participate still, that's sweet.
yeah,
That's so wonderful. See
yeah.
all those years of potty training so close together, that's a nice payoff to have a full table.
Yeah.
No. I like the table with just us two there. Then, like I said, my grandson's been here ever since he was born.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
Right.
my parents had that too. My parents had that. It's a
I,
lot.
and when it's just the two of us,
Mhm.
cooking is so simple.
So
My wi-
peaceful.
my wife she made some fried chicken wings, rice,
Mm,
some
Mm.
cream corn. That was the whole dinner.
Yeah,
That was the whole dinner.
yeah.
I
sounds
was
good.
full. She was full. Ain't nobody was looking for nothing else.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I mean, I could take it the other way too. I
Yeah.
know my husband could because, he thinks like as soon as it's just us, I'll be walking around naked or something.
That, that's a benefit too.
I'd be like, it'd be nice if it was just us because we could have just naked time. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, walk out to the kitchen naked. Yep.
my youngest one is 29.
It's
I think
probably had to get him to move out, J3, just
no. The youngest child, he's 29. He's in Texas. He's in the military.
okay.
But I told the kids all the time. I said, hey, you don't think me and your mom need some time? I'm
Right?
gonna walk around in my underwears too.
Exactly.
And they just said, daddy. No, I'm serious. I mean, get out of here, dude. But then, like I said, my grandson is here now, so hey, everything's
Mm,
on lockdown.
doing it,
Yeah.
yep. Doing it again. Yep.
Well, I have them only come in once a week, so it's not like, that they're
Mhm.
here all the time. And there are certain times where it's like, I'm gonna have a bowl of popcorn for my dinner, and I'm quite happy to do that. I put a little grated cheese on it, so it's a little bit balanced,
Yummy.
you know.
That's
Mhm.
good. I like that.
And it's like, and I can do popcorn pretty often, but
Mhm.
we actually make some decent meals. My daughter and I, the one she's doing her school online school here and stuff like that. So we'll cook
Mm.
some good dinners and whatever together. And but we do sit down at the table to eat. Like it's like we will sometimes go and hey, do you want to watch a movie tonight while we have dinner? Yeah. So then we'll go watch a movie. But for the most part, we sit at a table, and that's what my kids I've done with them all their lives. We all sit at the table. So yeah.
I wish we did that. I didn't grow up with that. My mom, we had like trays. We look like the 50s, like how when the TV dinners first came out and they're all by like the TV.
Yeah.
That was, except for special occasions, you were always around the table at special occasions. But otherwise, as I got older, my mom like got kind of like away from the whole we need to have dinner together,
Right.
you know.
Oh, so she stopped acting like Cleaver. What's her name?
Yeah, she
Joan
stopped
Cleaver.
being, yep, she stopped doing the leave it, yep, to Beaver Joan Cleaver, was it?
That's
That's
right.
funny. That's funny. Was it
Leave
Joan
it in
Cleaver?
the keeper.
My mom's name was
Joan
Joan.
Cleaver.
It
Joan
was,
Cleaver.
right? Yeah. I was like, am I just saying my mom's name like in there? Is that right? Yeah, she goes by Joan.
Yeah.
Hey, Vidra, good to see you. And also I
All right.
saw,
Well, I'm gonna sign off.
yeah, it's 2. I just saw that. Thank you.
Two and a
Yeah,
Awesome.
half.
2.5 hours.
Two and
Good.
a half hours. Oh, I was looking at my time, not how long I've been on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's only 11 o'clock here for me, so
You,
it's good.
Woo.
you don't have the link to share your stuff out that everybody can share it out.
Yeah. What? Oh no, I don't have that bot. I don't know how to do it
No,
like
not the
Maureen
bot.
does. She's gonna have to show me the secrets of the bot.
No, I don't do bots. No,
I don't either. I
this
don't
the other
know.
one where while you live, you can share it out, and everybody that's on the panel can also share it out.
Right. You have to go look them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean Maureen's? I'm starting to put her in my comments section before she goes live. But yes, please, if you haven't been to Maureen's on Saturday night, please hit her up and come at 10 o'clock Eastern. What is it, your time?
7 p.m. Pacific.
There we go.
7
Yeah.
p.m.
She's not
Technically.
Eastern. She's not Eastern.
No,
No,
no, we have the Eastern.
no, I'm as far over as you can get.
Eastern time rules, righty. You gotta come on over to the East Coast.
No.
All right, I know you got to go and probably
All right.
with mom.
So anyway, good night, all you in the chat. And if you want to come and hang out with me tomorrow,
Yes,
take care. God bless.
Let me
you
see.
too.
Tomorrow, what
See
time
you
you going on
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
10
I'm at
Eastern.
7, yeah, 10 Eastern. Are you Eastern?
I'm
Yeah.
Eastern.
He's
Yeah.
Eastern.
Oh, you talking about tomorrow night?
Yeah,
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night.
I might be tired. Or I don't know. If I can get my son to take if I can get my
Yeah.
son to take his son to the archery competition, I might be up. I might have some strength.
Okay.
But if
Good
I
night,
take
all.
we close it out early.
Night, Marie.
Right. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Have
Have
a
a
good
good one.
I could
And
drop the link. Are you going to head out too, J3? It's
yeah,
okay because we've been
it's
here.
2:30,
Yeah.
2 in the morning.
You've been doing a lot of lives today.
Everybody sleep but me.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Same thing.
And I
right.
think I gotta be up about 8. I think he's supposed to leave at 10, so I'll probably be up at 8 to make sure he's squared away. So he got competition. He got to go to Middle Georgia and they're shooting arrows and stuff.
Cool. Well, I hope he does well.
He's in Fort H.
Oh,
So,
okay, that's right. What other animal is that? His sheep then, or is he got
that's
another?
his sheep.
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe they'll sell it at auction. Do they do that at the end?
I want him to go in the freezer because I done spent a whole bunch of money feeding him.
Yeah. We just got to pray you find the right meat cleaver guy instead of Jones Cleaver.
I can do it myself. The only problem
is
he's kind of heavy. So
yeah, it's a big animal.
I had to get for the competition. I had to give him a bath and all that stuff. And man, that's too much moving and too much work for me to be trying to struggle with.
Oh, okay. Since you said struggle with stuff like that, I have started to do just small exercises. 5 push-ups I can't even do anymore. I'm doing the girl style like we used to do back in the day. Like, oh, this is like the girl
On the
style.
knees.
Doing that style, 5 of them, and I'm struggling. And I'm like, I'm going to just keep doing it until this 5 is not a struggle. I'll just do 5 every night, and I'll do my 5 squats, do some 5 kick, like just 5, and then I'll add another set of 5. I've got to build what muscle I have left because I have lost so much.
Why not walk around the outside of the house?
Well, that too. I'm going to add the cardio too, but I need to build muscle. I don't have, like, I get down on the floor and I have the hardest time getting back up. I've lost that much muscle. And I used to be pretty strong. I used to take weightlifting.
I'm getting ready to turn 63. We all having a struggle getting up now.
Right. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, what's up with the knees cracking when I hit 53? Suddenly my knees are cracking all the time when I'm moving.
At 53?
Like, yes.
Oh,
well, I'm a woman though too. Women,
I guess you're older than I am.
No, it happens actually. It's common, and I didn't know that when women are going through the change or heading into it, the estrogen will actually you lose like synovial fluid in your joints because of it. It starts to dry up. We just start drying up.
I didn't start cracking till I hit 60. When I hit 60, that's when everything started crackling and
wow.
I said, I know what I wasn't hurting or nothing, but now you just want to every time I step out, crack, crack, crack.
Yeah. I always had knee trouble. My parents used to rub my knees when I was younger, so I think I have some kind of misalignment. But yeah, you've got bonus years on me before you felt it.
Well, I've been active majority of my life.
Yeah,
and my life actually stopped when my father came to live with me. I'm trying to get back, but it is so hard trying to get back doing what I used to do before he came.
Yeah, actually, mine was when my dad got ill. Like it was Alzheimer's was finally just really overshadowing who he was. I started medicating myself with chocolate ice cream cones every night. That was my medication of choice.
Nah,
I
that
didn't I
one.
didn't drink. It was a really rich chocolate ice cream cone. But the cone was gluten-free, so it's kinda diet.
One good
Kind
thing about it, huh?
Yeah, one thing good about it, but then it just followed. It was like boom, boom. Mom, 4 months later, got her stroke after we went, after
Mhm.
dad died. So, yeah, I totally hear you. Like, it's like your world just kinda stops. Like, you don't expect it to because you're an adult child. You don't
Right.
expect it to do that.
What gets me is when my sister said, "You're the patriarch now." I said, "What? You're the
Yeah.
patriot now?" Oh, girl, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I don't want that responsibility. I
That's
don't
it.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. I don't That's what people when my mom passed, they were like, "Well, you get to be that person now." And I'm like, "No, don't. Mom was mom. I'm me. Ain't gonna be a person like that again because she was one of a kind, just like we all are." Like,
and then when I look at it, I said, "Oh, I'm the oldest on both sides.
mhm,
Yes, I am the patriot, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I tell them I'm not the oldest one.
Oh, that sounds really good, Mitra. Gets addicted to his wife's apple crisp. Mm-mm. Just made me hungry in the middle of the night.
I'm not by Vidra and everybody else in the chat because I'm not gonna
Okay,
get
yeah,
into
you
this
gotta go
food.
get some rest.
I'm
You're gonna
not
be
gonna
up
get into
early.
this food thing because I'm going to go get into bed. I'm not gonna start eating a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. That's
What
what we're not gonna do. You're right. Not gonna do it. I'll have some
I
tea
might taste
instead.
something, but I'm not gonna be doing all that.
I might taste me a bowl of ice cream, but just tasting
No,
it.
no. That's one of the things I try to keep out the house.
Yeah.
Now if we have butter pecan ice cream, I'm gonna
Mhm.
eat it.
Yeah, that
No,
was one of
we
my
try to
dad's.
keep ice cream. We have popsicles, but we won't have no butter pecan ice cream. So
What if it
ugh.
was fudge sickles?
No,
Can't have those in the house either.
no, I would. I don't. I'm not in.
You're not drawn to
If
those.
it's if it's if it's butter pecan ice cream, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Mm,
If it's
I
any
hear
other
you.
kind of ice cream, it'll freeze or burn.
Good for you. I wish I was that challenged that it
I'm
was
not.
just butter pecan.
I'm not a. I'm. I'm a big guy, but I'm not a big eater.
Mm, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm a big
But
eater and I'm 5'2", so that's not a good
my see,
combination.
my brother, he was a pig,
Mm,
and last I saw him, he was like 150 something pounds because
mm,
that's all he ever did was constantly eat, 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 and he
yeah.
never put on weight. So I didn't eat, and I put on the weight. So
Isn't that I know that stinks, right? Like for the first time in my life, I'm not eating as much as I was eating, and yet I'm putting on weight, and I'm like, what? That
because you
stinks.
because your body feels it's starving them.
Yeah, and also
I,
stress. I'm an
I
adult
was
now.
I
I'm an
was
adult.
starving my body. It wasn't on purpose, but I
Yeah,
did it because of my job and stuff. So
yeah, yeah,
now I have to reap the benefits of not being too healthy, but I'm healthy.
yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll
That's
get
it.
healthier. It's
Never give up.
2020. That's right. It's
Never.
2024. What does our 2024 self look like at the end of this year? Like
Ain't
what?
no telling. Ain't no telling.
True. I'm hoping a little bit more muscular so I'm not stuck on the floor at 54.
That's why you had your kids around.
That's
Help
right.
me up, help
Honey,
me up,
help
help
me.
me up. Or then you could do the old person. You roll over to your stomach and you
I've
just
done that.
ease yourself up.
Yep.
Your knees, you get on your knees first, and then you move over by the chair and you put the other leg up, and then you start pushing up on the chair to get up. I
Oh my
made it. I
yep.
made it.
Exactly. I totally do that already. That's why I was like, okay, I've definitely got to start doing some
Yeah,
resistance training.
that's it.
Yeah. We'll
But
get there.
you have a good one, everybody
You.
in the chat. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Oh, you too, J3. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, check out J3. Uh, check out his channel. I think I had a link in the chat. I'll pull one back. Or if one of my mods can drop his link. Feature you I just saw that your comment. That's too funny. But you're see, if you get the apples and you want that dessert, you have to help peel the apples, and then she won't be upset if you do that. And you have to kind of pre-tell her, like, I'd like to make that apple. I'd like you to make that wonderful apple crisp. Yeah. We're usually, if it's sprung on us, I can't speak for all women. I think people in general are like this. If it's sprung on us, it's just another to do on our list. Even if we enjoy it, that's my brain will do that to me. Intake in order to lose weight. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder then if it's a nutrition thing. Mine though is I know mine's stress, and if I have a problem with my cortisol. It's like all over the place. Sometimes I just don't even have any, it seems like, when they tested me. Or, well, I don't know what a hellbender newt is. Is that like the one that, oh no, that one was a gecko that barks that I put on my Facebook. Oh my gosh, I love that thing. I actually know girls down here who raise different geckos, but I can't think of the name of them. And like some of them are so expensive. Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful gear. Hopefully, you'll have a beautiful garden and lots of marigolds. Continue to pray. Well, I need to get out in the garden and actually do some serious work because I have totally. I'm going to do a video like that too. Like, I've neglected my garden. It hasn't been on purpose, it's just life and family life and a little boy who likes to rip things out of my garden. Oh, you going for live with Fri-Yay? A Fri-Yay right now? Oh, you're gonna take back your original idea? Okay, okay, I see how this is. Causing trouble in the side chat. Remember what happened to John? Just, although his was an accident, yours might be a little bit more on purpose. Just saying. I missed my lipstick. I was looking all over for it. I usually have one in here. My lips feel so dry. Yeah, it's cold for gardening right now. You bet it is. Unless you're gardening inside and you have those ones in your kitchen. I still want to do the cracky method, but this room is such a cracky disaster. Banana bread. Yep, I've made banana bread. Well, if she'll share her recipe, I wouldn't mind trying her recipe. I just don't make it like sometimes people take a shortcut and they use the cake mix and bananas. I don't. I like the old fashioned way from scratch. Yeah, right. Doesn't that sound really good? My mom used to put chocolate chips in hers. Oh, so good. And then a restaurant down here, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen it too, started making like a banana bread cake with cream cheese frosting. And I think they would put like vanilla and maybe even chocolate pudding as like a filler. It was like a really layered cake. Oh my goodness, it was really good. Very sweet though. Oh, Billy, I have some of the stuff. I don't have the room either. This house is just, I've got to get control over it. And that's going to be my first step, but it has to start, I'm pretty sure, with that attic that we have and the garage, which my husband is going to think is cucamonga. Ooh, nacho chips. That sounds really good. Yeah, I've got to get more avocados. Those are really great too, if you can have them for helping lose weight, is avocados. Because, like, other than them being filling, they help other stuff just slide on out of your body. Yeah, I love banana bread too. I also love a really good cinnamon roll. Cinnabon is like my weakness. If I bring Cinnabons home for the family and I'm eating gluten free. You can bet gluten free ends that night when the Cinnabons are home. And I'm sure I could make my own, but I can never find that right. I don't know how they're just so soft and I don't know. I don't want to say juicy, but it's I know what it's like. Oh, yes, cherry cheesecake danishes. I haven't had one in years. Oh, I used to love those. Sean, yes. 7A is epic for gardening? I didn't know that. I thought the 8s were the ones that kind of ruled. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. Yeah. Well, you can't. I know you guys can actually grow the real cherries. I just get the tropical cherries, like Barbados cherry, um, the Jamaican strawberry tree, which is really a Jamaican cherry tree. But that wasn't worth it. I cut that one down. Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good. Elderberry. I haven't had that. That sounds very good. That's actually what I have to put in the ground. I have elderberry. I just need to decide where they're going to go, or at least pot them up. I probably should pot everything up if I don't know if we're going to stay here. I'd eat that too. But yeah, good beef jerky. Yep, I'd do that. Oh, you're right now. Oh, I'm so jealous. We used to my parents used to get those Entenmann ones, the long Danish where it has the cheese and then it'll have like that raspberry on top. Oh, I could eat like a whole one or at least a half. Oh, okay, she feels okay. She freezes them in the peel. I find that that's like such a pain to do it that way. Like it gets all weird when you're going to peel them. That's a great tip though. So they get juicy basically. You get bananas and their juices in the fridge. Huh. Kind of emulsifies it. I don't know what those are. Tocitos. I have to look that up. Oh, it's so funny you said that in your accent instead of farther. One father south. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, I'd like to live that life too. But with my children and husband in tow, yeah, I don't think that would work. Somebody would probably, something would happen. Such a tight space like that for so long. It could be fun though, too. I mean, I could be over exaggerating. If we had tons of money. Oh, hi, Angela. Sorry. You were scrolling by so fast. Good to see you, hun. Crafty Halo. Peanut butter Girl Scout cookies. She's a talented cook. And baker. Oh, that just gave me an idea. I might have to try that. My husband and I love those, but they are way too the ones from the Girl Scouts are yeah, the bananas. Yes, it gets juicy. Uh, the I watched. I can't think now. The thought just went. Whoop, talking about making from scratch. Oh, we like them, but the calories are really bad on their cookies. Are like crazy calories, and I can't imagine how much like actual like bad fat they probably have. Yeah, that's hard. Well, I'm having the hard time of finding the state I can homeschool in other than my own. We just don't like exactly right about you mean Entenmann's? Gosh, I loved that cake though. Oh, I know who you mean. Yes. Yeah. Well, I feel bad because my great uncle, he was like Eagle Scout and then he was asked to join like some special club that only beyond Eagle Scout, I guess you can join, which One makes me wonder if it was is that like a secret society or not. That's right. Woke is a joke and it goes broke. I know, right? I don't know if I can, Worcestershire. You're in like full throttle. They were saying that with ADHD, like I can speed talk so fast and I don't realize it's happening. And they were saying that that's actually part of a speech disorder that can happen with people on the spectrum. I bet they are toast in your climate. Did they have the Cole Hardy ones? Do you know? Yeah, kind of. I forget what it was called though. He had a level that he was at. You know, I can't like. I don't know if my dad was given like any kind of scholarship money, but the little red hatted guys awarded him something because I found a certificate when he was in AC school. Oh no, it took you 20. Yeah, I think it's taken me longer than that. That is strange. Like outside? Wow. And it's surviving. Oh, interesting. Oh, I haven't had the frozen yogurt ones, but we used to like those in my house too. Not this house, my house growing up. My brother, my mom, and I liked those. What's funny is my mom hated milk, hated creamy desserts, but would eat those and would, I think, eat ice cream and she would eat cheesecake. What? Crazy. Yeah, that right there is a clue to like a speech disorder because it's not even that necessarily we can't, or I should say me, I'm not speaking for all people that are somewhere on the spectrum or slightly. Uh, it, it's not just a matter of they have to be at a certain level to hear them. It's also the same thing, like their speed, or we don't hear them. Clearwater, West Side. Yep. We left, drove north, and yeah, that sounds really good. I don't think I've ever had an orange ice cream ever, and I live here. Didn't even know that was a thing. Actually, I forgot to say I had that. I think I said it. Yeah, that I have Buddha's hand in here. I did say it. That was pretty good. I ate the pieces, so hopefully have enough polyphenols. I think is in those. Mister Doctor with the take a shot of olive oil, but it must be his because the rest are just garbage. That heart doctor, Doctor Gundry. That's it. Yeah, that was cheap. Well, because it was homemade, probably. It's probably homemade from the orange grove. So yeah, they really would. Their stuff even back in the day was priced high. They had a little gift shop and everything was, yeah, priced pretty darn high. Oh, yeah. That's a hard. It is hard when you're a kid and they can be. You feel like they're not listening to you because they have to say that to you every time because you don't realize that you're necessarily talking fast. Yeah, right. Yep. Oh gosh, killing me. It's another favorite. My mom one time made it was a Oreo bottom cheesecake. Then it had the a chocolate like ganache topping that went over it, and then the cherries I think were on top. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So good. Possibly, yeah. Possibly orange sherbet. Maybe. Yeah, that was my dad for like the last 20 years. Actually, he didn't even say that because he couldn't even hear that we were talking sometimes. So he wouldn't even say, hey, what? My ears are jacked. Oh, hon, I'm sorry. Ooh, that must be hard. I think mine's jacked because my skin somehow, like now that I'm older, just seems to fall off and go in my ear. Like, what is that about? Gross. It's true. You and Billy could probably make like the normal speed of speech together if we combined both your speech patterns. But then again, it might go monotone and that could be even worse. They would just like cancel each other out a little bit and then you just get or you'd sound like the Peanuts teacher playing heavy metal. Oh, yeah, that'll do it too. Blow out your ears. We only have two. That's it. It does. I agree. Yep. Yeah, welcome back, Tian. Oh, he is. Did you tell him that or, does he know? Oh gosh, I can only imagine what that's probably hysterical though. Yeah, I had no idea, Sean. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not, sensitive about it. Okay. Probably. I have a feeling you wouldn't see Robert coming. Right. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if it would take at his pace with somebody around at your speed suddenly. Oh my gosh, I'm sure. Wow. I don't know, Robert. It depends. You better have your coffee and something to eat. He might not, might or might not make it even to lunch. He's a total ninja. That's right. He only almost represented that one time. So wait, you get to talk and like as if you're talking. Never mind. It's okay. My grandmother used to do that though, so just watch out. Be careful. You just hop out of your chair and land on them then. That's all. It's pretty simple. Just put a springboard underneath your chair for your feet, Robert. Or put it under your butt. Well, it's like almost 3 hours I've been on, so I probably should go. Thank you so much. You guys really are wonderful. Oops, sorry. You're really wonderful for coming in and sharing time with me. I really appreciate it. Um, love to see you guys talking in the side chat to each other. You crack me up. And of course, thanks to Marine and J3GS Farm. Please check out their channels. Really lovely people and just fun. Oh, appreciate it. And yeah, have a blessed tomorrow, hopefully over at Marine's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And we'll probably see you there. And hopefully we all can make it and we're all nice and cozy. Duncan, I hope you get to stay cozy warm tonight. I hope the fires burn at just the right pace that you can get some rest. Good night, guys. Good night, Tian, Homestead Aquarius, Storms, Brenda, Wickshire, Aid, if you're still in here, past McWatty, all my friends that came in. Angie, if you're listening in the background, I think it was Angie. Wait, yeah, Angela. Sorry, Angela. I just murdered your name. Sean, thanks for coming in too. And Vitra, thank you all. Really appreciate you. Pretty sure I said Homestead Aquarius already. Yeah. I'm pretty tired. And of course, if Q, if you're listening in the background, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And I hope your night is going well. Anyway, everybody have a blessed night. And we will see you all hopefully tomorrow. I mean, later today. Good night. I used to have a friend named Angie in school. That's why. Good night, guys.